All right. Testing, 1, 2. Testing. All right, we should be good. All right. Okay, part 2 is today. Welcome back, everybody, for those of you that are tuning in. I know it's a pretty busy day. I know that it is Christmas Day for a lot of you. Happy holidays. But today, I wanted to go ahead and just get this stream done because I probably will not have a lot of free time later on to actually get this portion of the showcase for the resource guide finished in a reasonable time, I would say. So today, we're going to go in and try and finish up everything that we need to do in post-game for the newly released Definitive HeartGold and go from there. Yesterday, we completed all of main game, all in one sitting somehow. We pushed through, we got a team, and we did it. So today we're gonna hopefully finish everything up and then go from there. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let me just go ahead and mute this really quick so that we can go ahead and transition on over. We got a pretty stacked post game ahead of us. There's a lot of added stuff into this that I would say is pretty cool. And well, let's try to get this done. All right, just making sure that the volume is good, and then go here. All right, I'll give it a bit so I can see the playback just to make sure that audio levels are fine. Yeah, looks like it should be good. And then if we just do this, there we go, perfect. All right. We'll do that, and then do this. Perfect. All right. So, we beat the champion. You're going to be in your room. I did do some stuff off screen. I was just mainly... I had the itch of just fixing up some of my Pokemon in my PC box, which I will show in a bit. But usually when you come down the staircase, your mom will tell you that Professor Oak wants to see you. Or Professor Elm, I mean, not Oak. Oak is soon. So let's go to Elm, see what he wants. I called because I have something for you. There we go, the ticket. This is what we're going to need. And that's exactly what we're going to need so that we can see Oak as well. Alright. We now have access to the complete Kanto region instead of a portion of it through the League, since it is connected to both. And let's go ahead and just fly to Olivine City now. Now, because we completed... Yeah, I keep forgetting the emulator does that. Now, because we are in Olivine City in the post-game, there is new content that you can unlock to do and utilize just in case you're a person that doesn't necessarily like using rare candies for whatever reason. Train up your team. If you come to the Battle Frontier Access Gates, this unlocks as soon as you become the champion. And if you just take a look around, you know, it's pretty lively. You got people walking around, getting that Battle Frontier type of vibe and energy from everybody. If you go to this house specifically, all the stat trainers that you met on your adventure, they're all chilling here. So if you wanted to train against them because you think your team is lacking a little bit, this would be the house to do so. It is a 6-on-6 singles battle, and there's some unique dialogue I think that you can find pretty cool, right? Riley, you know, reflects back with your time. If you click no, and he just gives you a couple more options, a story or plans or whatever. Let's click on plans, and you can learn a bit more on the lore for some of these characters. So all of the characters here in this house has this sort of interaction, and so if you guys are interested, that's something that you guys can check out. Pretty darn good grinding spot. I would say maybe Cheryl, and I think Cheryl because she has some of the more bulkier Pokemon and they tend to give more XP. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, what else did I do? I went to my PC box because I went to buff up my team. I just wanted to get everything leveled up. I caught some stuff because I just felt like I just did it off screen because I was like, why not? But yeah, like take a look at the amount of diversity that you can get across your adventure. And this was all before post game. And this isn't even all of the Pokemon. Like this is just a few, like a handful, I would say. If you really wanted to go after everything, well, I think you'd be filling up a lot more boxes. Alright, so with that being said, let's go ahead and venture forth to where we need to go. Professor Oak. Alright, so you gotta show him the ticket, because with the ticket you'll be able to go to Kanto, obviously, and without it you cannot progress. But before he does all of that, he will grant you the National Dex. So now you'll be able to pinpoint what Pokemon you have and what Pokemon you don't have. Like if we take a look at our Pokédex right now, we've seen 382 already out of 493, which is pretty insane. You know, and a lot of the trainers really had a lot of stuff for you to fill out, so if you were a completionist in that matter. Anyways, let's go in and just flash the ticket here so that we can go on board the SS Ain and make our way to Kanto. Now there is a side quest that we have to do on the boat in order to progress off of the boat itself, just like in the vanilla game. And you might as well savor the experience as long as you can, because this is a one-time done and deal in the game, so you're not going to visit this SS Ain boat all too often. Right, just like the NPC suggests, there is a girl missing. We have to find the little girl. She's playing hide and seek, but we'll be able to probably learn more about that as soon as we progress on. Now this guy isn't gonna let you go because he has a buddy that he's looking for. We gotta go and find the sailor that's snoozing about, sleeping on the job. Yo, what's going on, Desmond? How are you? Welcome to the stream. We are playing Definitive Platinum. Not Platinum, HeartGold, I mean. Completing the postgame. So if you go into this room and talk to this guy, he will say, "Oh, I was asleep on the job." And then you call him on, you're like, "Yeah, you were." So we'll go ahead and battle this guy and finish him up. Let's see, he's got a Machoke. I'll just stay in. We're locked into Outrage. Ludicolo is up next. I think we will switch into Weavile. We don't have a flying move. I mean, we do, but I am confused. So let's switch out of here because of the Drain Punch. We're 4 times weak to that. I'm surprised we even tanked it. There we go. Take out the guy, and we do have a room that is reserved for us. So if we do need to go and rest, we are chilling. And this sailor has a Wii. Don't know why, but he's got a Wii. Going on, Uranium. We'll go ahead and heal up here. The patchers that you tried, I already linked a patcher that you should use. And then you gotta double check what game you're using. Make sure it matches up and make sure that it's actually the correct one. I'm gonna go up this ladder here and then visit the captain's office. Alright, so basically we have to play hide and seek with this little girl so that we can bring her back to, I think, her grandpa, and then we can progress on. And then the sailor will thank us because the girl was bothering the captain this entire time on the ship. I'm gonna go around this way because the girl is hiding in this corner right here. Yeah, there we go, the grandpa. We get instantly teleported, which is nice. We don't have to venture all the way back. Then the grandpa's gonna thank us for our efforts and then give us a free metal coat, which is pretty cool. And with that, the little mini side quest is complete. We are now able to leave the ship and make it to Vermillion City. There are trainers on the boat in case you wanted to grind up, and they also have Pokemon that they are carrying. That'll be nice for your Pokédex editions, so just keep that in mind. There we go. Couple more NPCs added here, and then we'll go ahead and get going. Alright, Vermillion City, here we are. And the first thing that we are greeted with is good old Suicune. I thought I could corner by ambushing it here, but running on the water. How did you get here? He definitely flew. And he's gone just like that. And what is this? What in the blazes is that Pokemon? Everyone all together now. We have to synchronize our attacks if we were to stand a chance against this Lugia. What's it even doing here? Does it matter? Focus up, maybe we can catch it. Just like old times, right? You use Thunderbolt. Politoed use Ice Beam. Hitmontop, Mach Punch. Seriously? Using a not very effective move? Check this out. Magmortar, use Flamethrower now. Nothing is working. Our attacks are barely phasing it. That was some attack. It managed to fly off, but I'd never seen anything like that ever happen before. Well, it was worth a shot. Guess I'll be out of here. It was pretty cool to be battling alongside a gym leader. Lieutenant Surge, I'm coming after your gym badge. Which I will win, of course. I like the high energy. I'll be waiting for your challenge. Yo! Another mysterious Pokemon appears. Could that Pokemon be responsible for what took place just now? It seemed very cheerful. Wow, that really just happened? What a crazy way to begin spending your time here after a long cruise. Check your map, you'll see why it took a while to get here. We're in a block of city. There we go. Good old Vermillion. Vermillion City is the heart of Kanto. You have lots of areas to explore. Enjoy your time and stay safe. Lyra, listen dude, not today. Who brings a Hitmontop against Lugia? The ace trainer? Hey, don't sleep on Hitmontop, man. Going for Stone Edge? Easy money. Thunder Punch? Easy damage. Alright, so that was quite the introduction to Vermillion City. That was a custom-made cutscene, of course. That's not in the vanilla game. And yeah, just really showcases that you're in Kanto. You're up in the big leagues now. And if you can tell, it's pretty lively here. A lot of new added stuff. These buildings are brand new as well that you can check out and talk to the NPCs about and find out what's going on and all that good stuff. So this house is going to be important for later. But for now, let's go ahead and take on the gym leader of this city. Because we are in a brand new region, of course, we're going to aim for the other set of gym badges that we need. Looks like it locked again. You know, I was never a fan of these puzzles, but it is what it is. Nothing but trash. Now I wonder, is it on the top or is it on the right? Never mind. I just got lucky there, I guess. It was right next to each other. I didn't have to battle a single gym trainer. Alright, let's go ahead and take on Lieutenant Surge. We got a piece of action from how he likes to fight with his Raichu, so obviously it indicates that he's an electric type gym leader. We'll go ahead and get this fight started. Now, the balancing is completely redone, so you don't need to worry about being over leveled here or being up to par with what they got going on in Kanto regarding the gym fights, so you should be all good. Again, if you're having a hard time for whatever reason, just like where I showed you guys where you can go and train, you can go train at the Stat Trainer House. Alright, Raichu is going to spam Double Team and then Thunder Wave. Not the funnest, but it is what it is. We are paralyzed and it's going for double team. Looks like we are going to be here for a while. There we go. We managed to connect and through the paralysis. Let's see. I'm going to go into Typhlosion here. Alright, level 62. Looks like that's going to be the ace. Like the VAR is going to be pretty fast here. Unfortunately, stat-wise, our Typhlosion doesn't have the best of stats, so it's fine. We'll go ahead and just flamethrower this guy. And if I were to predict a move coming out of him, let's see if he goes for Thunder Punch again. Alright, never mind. I'm the one that got predicted. Alright, and then I think we just let the Weavile go down in that case. Or we go to Salamence. There we go. Because now you have Ice Punch, so we go into Weavile. And then we Ice Punch you. Just like that. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you play around the AI. Alright, here comes the Magnezone. We are going to go back into Typhlosion. Your favorite gym leader is Erica because of her strats in Pokemon Stadium 2. Sleep Drain you, which is powering you, and then sleep, and then Giga Drain to death. Yeah, she's got quite the strategies up her sleeve. But Erica's pretty cool. I remember fighting her the first time in Fire Red and Leaf Green. I mean, she was a cakewalk, but like... I like her character design, she's pretty cool. We're gonna die here. We are low on HP. Completely fine. Let's go into Weavile. Would be a 2-hit KO. There we go. Jolteon is up next. I think we can honestly stay in. There's a particular Pokemon that I want to save my Gallade for. There's the Thunder Wave, which is fine. I think you have Signal Beam. Oh, we got paralyzed. That's unfortunate. We got double para. Beautiful. Let's go into Salamence and go for Outrage. Nice, we broke through the paralysis. Here comes the Lantern. I'm going to go into Gallade here. We're going to go for Leaf Blade. Perfect, and it's not going to do a lot of damage back to us. And then all that's left is the Electrode. We'll go for the close combat. Come on. I believe each gym leader has 3 full restores. Okay, you went for the taunts for whatever reason, and that's that. We did not have to use a healing item. And we were using the same exact levels that we had since the last gym. I didn't do any training or anything like that, so... should be all good. Now you can expect the gym leaders in Kanto, their ace to be level 62 except for the final one. Because at that point in the game, you should be well trained up. Let's go ahead and get out of here. And we just acquired our very first gym badge in Kanto. Alright, so let's go ahead and heal up. Yeah, he's talking about the sleeping Pokemon. Doesn't this guy give you like something here? No, he's just a Magikarp guy. Okay. I thought somebody gave you something here. Oh, you know where it is? It's this guy. This house. This girl right here. It operates the same exact way as the Mystic Water, but it's just a different item. Alright, Route 6. You're gonna fight some new trainers, of course. And well, since we are in Kanto, there's obviously going to be some new trainers to fight as well. And some new Pokemon to catch. I'm not going to sit here and capture everything, of course, because I do want to move along with the showcase. But there are plenty of new stuff to find and plenty of NPCs to talk to. And get accustomed to the upcoming routes. Let's keep on moving. Now, you only got one way to go. And you're going to make it to Saffron City with a surprise appearance. Hey there. Are you Biglet by any chance? Perfect. My name is Lucas, and I'm a trainer from the Sinnoh region. I was reached out to by Cynthia regarding some Sinnoh myths appearing all the way out here in Kanto. She told me that what you encountered a bit ago in Johto. There was another trainer on the same mission as me to help out. Perhaps you will meet her soon. You can expect us to give it our all as we figure out the whole thing. I also recently heard that a new champion's been crowned. If you were able to defeat Lance at his best, then I want to see the strength that did it. Alrighty. It's more of a challenge. She actually has on her team of Surf Vaporeon and uses it to scare away the obvious fire type, so that's just not that easy. Yeah, Stadium 2, in my opinion, they've got some really weird teams, but I can understand for coverage and all that. But yeah, we got Lucas. Lucas is here. Lucas is also going to help you out on your adventure. Tackling down some Sinnoh stuff. So I think it's going to be pretty darn cool. But what's not cool is getting critted for turn 1. So let's go ahead and retaliate back with a Surf. And then we can go into Weavile. And let's go and for the Ice Punch, you're 4 times weak to it. This is going to be his ace at level 60. Lucas getting recognition, unheard of. Listen, that's my guy Lucas right there. My first game was Pearl. Lucas is my guy. I go way back. Alright, so Gallade is coming out next. We're going to go into our own Salamence for the Intimidate drop. I think Stone Edge would still connect even if we are in the air, so I'll just keep that in mind. I think we just got lucky, to be honest. Porygon Z is gonna hurt. That's unfortunate. We got burnt. Oh! Okay, the AI just automatically switched for whatever reason. That's okay. And we got predicted. Did we really? They're going for Will-O-Wisp again. Okay, goodbye. We are level 60 now. Weavile's been putting in a lot of work in this playthrough. Even though it recently just got added to the team just for the Elite Four. Glaceon is going down. Here comes the Porygon Z. I think we can switch out into Weavile here. We should be able to outspeed. And that's that. Yeah, Dawn does get more of the recognition, I would say. Great battle. I can see how a trainer like yourself managed to become champion. Well then, I'll be seeing you. Alrighty, so you're going to defeat Lucas, and now you have 3 areas unlocked for you to, explore. You got either going to the right for Lavender Town, or you can go up for Cerulean City, or you can go left to Celadon City. If you want my recommendation, I recommend going to Celadon City first. But you're free to explore any pathway that you want. Again, Gen 2, all about exploring and not restricting the player from visiting areas. This is a nice throwback. Decided to add these 2 in the homage for Fire Red and Leaf Green. And there's also the gym fight. We're probably going to take on Sabrina next because, we're here. Why not? And if we go here, I think this is going to be a place that we need to visit very soon. So keep this in mind. I'm a Gen 1 Dave fan. But my favorite gen is without question Gen 5. Gen 5 is lit. Gen 5, in my opinion, was like the peak of Pokemon. Player characters are such greedy goblins. Both Lucas and Lyra give you 0 money. Dude, they're broke. I don't know what you want me to tell you. They don't got money on them, dude. For me, it was the story that did it more than the exceptional gameplay. Yeah, Black and White. Very good story. We definitely revolutionized what could be done on the DS, of course, which is very, very cool. But I think, like, Black and White 2, absolute peak of Pokemon. Definitely huge fans myself. Alright, we were able to tank that. Nice. Good job, good job. There you go. But yeah, for me, my all-time favorite gen is Gen 4, of course. I love Sinnoh. My favorite gen of all. Okay, we're gonna go for Crunch. Nice, we made it to level 59. We did get a Spadef drop. I kind of just want to switch out. Do you have Thick Fat? I forget if I gave you Thick Fat. Oh, you do. You Omega have Thick Fat. And then there's the Confuse Ray. There we go. You know, I was never good at solving Sabrina's gym. Even to this day. Even after doing it a gazillion times. I always tend to forget the path routes. My favorite is Gen 4 because of Platinum, because of Explorers of Sky. It's not because of Platinum, it's because of Explorers... Excuse me, Explorers of Sky. You know, I recently played that game for the very first time, and it was cool. I liked what I saw. I think it's this way. Let's just get this guy out of here. Do you go for counter? Yep. Who would have thought? Go for Thunder Punch, take you out. Slow bro, perfect, we'll just stay in. Go for Thunder Punch, take you out. Easy level 59. No, is it this way? There we go. Luckily, if we just go to that red thingy, we'll be able to make it back to the front of the gym. That was a very big Wobbuffet moment. 100%. Alright, let's take on Sabrina. You gotta play a 50-50. It's either gonna be mirror coat or counter all the time. Alright, she's gonna start off with Espeon. I'm gonna go and lead with my Salamence. I think I'm gonna go for Outrage. It's stab and more strong. He's gonna start off with Calm Mind, I believe. I think Calm Mind, or I think it was a different move actually. That's like her signature move that she'll give to you. But here comes the Outrage. There we go. Currently playing Pokemon Yellow. Challenge to answer, can the max special Hitmonchan with just elemental punches beat the game? Oh, that's a pretty cool challenge. Yeah, the elemental punches, quite questionable, especially on Hitmonchan. You would think those moves would be physical, but they, you know, it just operated very differently back then. Honestly, it's pretty cool to see. Because then you see how like it developed in the competitive grand scheme of things. I'm gonna go for Eruption here just to take you out. There we go. And it was really interesting, especially for like the Gen 3 era, when you had Alakazam and Gengar in the competitive scene, utilizing those moves. Especially for Alakazam, like you have coverage for literally everything. One of the most threatening Pokemon ever. I meant to go into Electivire. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that. There we go. Now we just go for Night Slash. Take you out. Alright, Gallade is coming back out. We already fought a Gallade before. We know what to do against these guys. We're gonna go for Fly. Take you out. Give me your next Pokemon. Who's gonna go down next? Mr. Mime. We can stay in. We do have Outrage. We're gonna start off with Light Screen. That's perfectly okay. Now the gym leaders, they do have held items, but they're not crazy. Like Muscle Bane, Wise Glasses, they're not like crazy items. They're not gonna destroy you with them. Alright, Alakazam is next. That is going to be her ace. So we'll go into Weavile. And speaking of Alakazam, there it is. Alright, going for the reflect. Nice. Does she have Focus Blast? I feel like I gave her Focus Blast. No, Energy Ball? Okay. I don't know if I gave you Focus Blast. I don't think I did. I think it was Shadow Ball, Psychic, Energy Ball, and Reflect. But yeah, this is not a difficulty game, so I'm not gonna go crazy with the movesets and insane coverage moves, you know? Let's take it easy there. Alright, so we get TM48 for winning. I believe Lieutenant Surge gave us Shockwave. And yeah, Skill Swap was her signature move. Alright. We just defeated the gym leader for Saffron City. So now we have another gym badge under our belt. And now that we are at Saffron City, there is a couple things that you can do. First of all, you do have to come back for story purposes later on. However, if you caught Rotom back in Ecruteak City, you can do something with this Pokemon. This is all vanilla content, but oftentimes it is forgotten because not a lot of people get the chance to do it. So if you go into this building right here, the Sylph Company, it is pretty revamped. Got some new trainers here. I like how it's just a Gardevoir here. But if you go in here, this elevator only opens up if you have a Rotom in your party. And Rotom will make sure that the elevator works. And you'll be presented with this room. This room allows you to change Rotom forms. So yeah, let's go into this one. And with that, we get to learn Hydro Pump, so I guess we'll get rid of Double Team for now. And there it is. We have a Rotom Wash. So that's pretty cool. So if you got Rotom, this is something that you can do. And this, I believe, is direct dialogue, I believe, from Platinum. I think that's pretty cool. They did obviously make the room look a bit different than how it was in Platinum. But it's pretty cool that they brought this over. I think it's a pretty neat detail. And because we have Rotom in our party, of course, we are able to get into the elevator and then exit the elevator. So how would you know about something like this? There seems to be something else at hand. And that would be because you need the Rotom with you. So if you beat Brock and you're en route to Misty, my theory is yes, Shaymin can beat the game if done right with max special and only punches. Well, I mean, still pretty early on in your playthrough. We got to see how it performs in the later game. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and make our way to Celadon City. Celadon City here is going to allow us to do a couple things as well. Alright, so there's a couple places to explore. We can go in here. And let's take this elevator. This is the Game Freak Tower, or building, I mean. And if you go on the 3rd floor, Lyra's here. So in the vanilla game, this is where you can get your GBA Sounds item. And the way to do that is to obviously complete your Pokédex, just like how it was in the vanilla. And then you talk to this guy and he should be able to give you that item. So that's something to keep in mind. 20 years now, creating a game as a rewards challenge. Blah, 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 blah. So that's the Game Freak building. If you go up here, and take this elevator. Your favorite city in all of Kanto. Celadon City is really cool. If we go into the roof and go into this house. Oh, I wonder who's here. So you made your way up here to the top of the roof. How do I know your name? I made the ROM hack, silly. Hey, look, it's me. That's insane. So if you collect 16 gym badges, you can have developer battles between me and Ocelot. He's saying that he playtested the game 50 times. It's a YouTube playlist featuring Pokemon Battle Revolution battles, Nation Archives. Shameless plug. Playing on the laptop on repeat. You know how it is. So yeah, 16 badges, you can have some dev battles. They're pretty challenging. It's not going to be a cakewalk. Now if we go here. There's a particular someone you should probably talk to. This is quite a mask. Are you talking to me? Your eyes are on my Crush Awake mask. No, I can never let it go. That's not it. You want the other mask? Oh, okay. Get the Turtwig mask. That's not enough? You're quite a negotiator for your age. Alright, I'll give you this too. Got the Chimchar mask. Alright, I can give you this one. Much more valuable than whatever it is. Boom. You already paid for it. Presents for you from one when yours the best max. Okay. Pressure Wig's hilarious. Pretty important to be talking to these individuals. Make sure you don't skip out on that. If we continue on here. Well, looks like there are some content to be done here. And there's also this new establishment to check out as well. This is another arcade area that has not been imported into the English copies of these games. So I decided to import it and import the map here and put it in the game here for you guys to check out. So that's another one, just like how it is in Goldenrod City. You got two different locations to explore. If you go into this building, there's Maylene. Maylene's having an eating contest, but it's important to talk to her as well. Now, if you try going to the gym, it's going to be blocked off. I wonder why. Let's keep on moving here. This caught my attention, so let's do it. Anti-piracy patch that needs to make on emulators. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest with you. Just patch the game on an authentic copy, of course, and make sure it matches the version that you need. And then just slap it into the emulator like how I'm doing it here, and everything runs fine. That sounds good, dude. This used to be the operating game corner here in Celadon City. However, the public hasn't been able to go inside of this place. Turns out it's been being ran by a group of shady people. I think whatever is going on inside must be oddly suspicious. Can we team up and take this entire place on ourselves? I'd call a friend of mine to come and help, but he's busy at the moment. Let's do this together. You look quite tough yourself. Who are you two? I know you creeps are up to no good here. This is a public facility, and you weird people won't let anyone inside. New ownership, new rules, plain and simple. If you want to complain, leave a 1-star review and call it a day. Not happening. Something must be going on in there, and we are going to find out what. The boss had to use brute force if necessary to kick people out. So if you kids want to stick your noses where it doesn't belong, then don't say we didn't warn you. What on earth are these two planning? What could be going on inside? A little suspicious if you ask me. Alright, we got this little mystery girl helping us out. You guys know who she is. It's Dawn. She's in the game files. I wanted to utilize Dawn in some way in the story, especially for post-game, so Let's do it. I'm gonna go ahead and go for Outrage. We're gonna lock onto that. Togekiss went for Thunder Wave. A lot of Thunder Wave action. A lot of paralysis. Looks like you wanted to go for... Let's see. How about we go into Typhlosion? Let's go for Flamethrower. We should be able to outspeed. Double Flamethrower to the face. That's gotta hurt. Alright, we just got Ice Punched. There's the Mammal Swine. And then there's the Brick Break. And then there we go. I wonder who the mystery girl is. Probably Tifa. I wonder, huh? I wonder who could it be. As if we didn't know. Listen, there's always somebody out there that just doesn't know. Just leave a review. Warn the group, we gotta get out of here. We're dead weight with our Pokemon knocked out. Nice battling. You were able to get rid of those shady guards blocking the entrance. You can go ahead though. I'm going to inform the police of what is going on and get them to help while we're inside dealing with whatever's going on. I'll probably inform the Celadon City gym leader and let her know too. I'll catch up with you in a second. After the fight, you do get healed, which is a pretty nice quality of life. Just so you don't have to waste your time going back to the Pokemon Center. I think I'm going to put my Milotic here in the front with Typhlosion and then go from there. Well, well, well. This scene looks oddly familiar. You guys watched the trailer. This is where it's at. We got word that you were going to show up here any second. Come with us, kid. Our boss would like to have a word with you. Well, if it isn't the kids that stuck their noses where they don't belong, huh? Wait a second, the report said there were 2 of you. I guess your friend ran off. We can't exactly let you slide. You see, we got a bit of a business deal going on. Unhand that trainer. First, you take over the place and demand an absurd deal to claim ownership. Then you hold this trainer hostage while also after my grand prize? How do you conceive yourself on such terrible ethical practices? Enough wimping, I'll demonstrate what will happen if you don't agree to our demands. We'll use this kid as an example, so show him how it's done, boys. Give in or see the consequences. Goodness gracious, what could the deal be? To be going to these extremes. Alright, Intimidate is not going to matter too much to us. We'll go for the Heat Wave as well. We did get paralyzed, unfortunately. We've been getting paralyzed a lot so far. I'm noticing. Alright, easy Flamethrower, and we'll level up to level 58. We're cooked, I must say. You won't last forever here. Well, boss, this kid is tough. All a fluke, so you think you're some hot stuff taking out my boys like that? Let's see you deal with all of them at the same exact time. Form up, boys! This is the end of the line for you. Alright, Breloom and Jolteon. Alright, let's switch on out of here to Electivire. We'll go for Heat Wave as well. Oh, we dodged it. Let's go. Brick Break, and then we'll go for Heat Wave again. Perfect. My guy's trying to kidnap the champion. Quite funny. It's not gonna work, man. It is not gonna work. These guys don't even realize. Yikes, we really tried right there too, boss. This kid has got skill, and I will even admit that. Don't stop, the kid can't do this forever. Hold it right there. It's not just me here, you guys are all busted now. Well, that's what's been going on in this place. We're here to put an end to your shady dealings once and for all. The gym leader and the other reported trainer. Boys, apprehend them at once. You have help now, so let's do this together. Alright, we got Poliwrath and Ambipom now. And the mystery trainer is back. I've got Marvel scale, so I'm going to literally tank literally everything. I need the Togekiss to target down that Poliwrath though, I'm not gonna lie. Thank you. Went for 2 bulk ups, by the way. I'm gonna go ahead and switch on out of here to Gallade. Perfect. We'll go for Zen Headbutt. I feel like the shifter is gonna protect. Nasty plot, only to get murked. The Togekiss kind of clutched right there. Don't know who they're dealing with. The kid can't do this forever. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Do they know? Well, totally getting fired now. This isn't happening. You're all on the way now. Retreat. One of you stay behind to tackle these idiots down with me. Alright, here we go. The boss got involved. Pinsir and Flareon. Baby kiss on my Milotic. Guillotine? Oh my goodness. Yeah, you read that right. That was Guillotine. There's the Stone Edge. The Flareon insists on going for a Will-O-Wisp for whatever reason. There's the Manectric. I'm just gonna try and kill this thing, I guess. Togekiss is down. Wow, that did a lot of damage through a light screen. You went for Earthquake? I'm your teammate, though. I am going to switch into Salamence. I don't want to get hit by Earthquake. Let's see, what do we got? Okay, Detect into Rock Slide. Perfectly fine. Go for Double Detect. That is insane. You need to stop. Wow, that Bug Buzz actually did a lot of damage. Into a Swords Dance. Here comes the Outrage. We locked onto the Crawdaunt. Not bad. Yo, this Yanmega was going crazy. Why I call them Shady Guys instead of their OG name of Burglar? Because they're shady guys. So, a fun fact. In the trailer and in the video that I talked about for these games, I took away the trainers that would give you their phone numbers, and that's because when you rematch them, they also take up files into battling them. So I was like, let's repurpose their rebattled files and put them with new NPCs, just like these guys right here. So these are all custom fights, reused from different models. I'll remember this. I sincerely thank all the efforts that took place today. I'll have some officers be stationed at this place to ensure some protection is granted for a little while until things are normal. I'm your dad, Erica. Young miss and young fellow trainer. My prize they were after will seem to be in better hands with either of you two, should you decide. What is the prize? Examine this Pokemon egg. It can't be. Yes, it's from the Sinnoh region handed to me by a friend. I guess that group of shady people somehow were able to track it here. Since I understand its value, that I obviously could not protect this, I am kindly asking either of you trainers to look after this egg. I haven't seen an egg like this at all with this design. This is the mythical Pokemon called Manaphy. It takes on a unique egg design to differentiate itself from the traditional Pokemon egg. This Pokemon is highly sought after, so the fact we ran into trouble with that shady group of people only proves this. I'm electing that my fellow friend here looks after this Manaphy egg. By the way, my name is Dawn. With all that is happening here, was barely any time for introductions, but here we are now. What's yours? Piglet, did I get that right? Oh, so you must know Lucas. He's the friend I mentioned earlier. Pleased to meet you. What's that? Lucas mentioned a friend as well? He was referring to me. Looks like everything has come to full circle. That means I'll see you around sometime soon, Piglet. Well then, Piglet, feel free to stop by for a nice gym battle with me. I look forward to your challenge. It seems like all of this is settled and decided. Please speak to me when you are ready to accept the Manaphy egg. The phone calls were annoying anyway. Yeah, I wanted to get rid of them. Every time I would play through HeartGold, it's like, oh my god. They would always ring every like 2 minutes or whatever. It was obnoxious. So that entire thing was a Manaphy event. Pretty cool. Let's go in and collect the egg. And now when you come back, you got the police officers that were mentioned earlier. And some other people. I assume you are ready to accept this Manaphy egg now. Alright. I wonder if it'll hatch. Now because we took on the event, if you go to the gym, the trainer is no longer blocking the pathway. So that's pretty cool. Now we can go ahead and take on Erica's gym. But let me see, can I hatch the egg? Yeah, there we go. That was pretty fast. Alrighty. Another mythical down for the books. Alright, let's go ahead and swap out the Manaphy here. We'll move Manaphy right here. There we go. Nice and easy. Alright, let's still go ahead and switch our team members around and heal up. Gotta love fast hatching eggs, dude. It's so clutch. Everybody liked that feature a lot in Platinum. I was like, okay, I'll bring it over. I got you guys. Alright, how do I navigate through this gym? There we go. Probably should have switched out my Milotic here. That's okay. Need my Typhlosion to catch up in some levels. Let's see, who would I put in the front alongside with Typhlosion in case there's a double battle? I guess I'll put Electivire. Alright, let's go here. I believe we go through here. And then you can dodge that trainer if you wanted to, and then go through here. I believe through here as well. And just like that, you can go to Erica. But yeah, again, there's all these trainers that you can fight. They're all optional, but if you want more training, it's all right there. Lovely weather, isn't it? So pleasant. I'm afraid I might doze off. Thanks for all you've done earlier against those shady people. Allow me to formally introduce myself now that you are here. My name is Erica, and I am the gym leader of the Celadon City. Yeah, we're from Johto, so now you're going to lose. You're going to get destroyed. Alright, here we go. Drifter is up first. We're going to go for the Flamethrower, take you out. And then Venusaur is up next. Well, the gym leader teams are inspired by manga source material as well as later Pokemon games in the series, like Black and White 2, for example, and any other entries that they are in. I was kind of looking through all the material. I was like, okay, what kind of team can I construct and put together for these trainers while keeping it to their theme for their gym? Alright, here comes Tangrowth. Tangrowth is not the bulkiest on the special side, so we'll go ahead and go for another Eruption. Easy. I think Typhlosion might just easily clean sweep this gym, to be honest. Here comes the Victory Bell. And I think we're going to take you out in one shot as well. There we go. Alright, level 60. Nice. Here comes Vileplume. Alright, Vileplume is the ace. Can I get one shot? Typhlosion is putting in crazy work right now. Then last but not least, the Rose Raid. Give me everything you've got. I've been giving you everything that I've got since the first turn. You are getting one tapped on every single fire move, including this one. Yeah, I get what you mean. But you gotta keep in mind like the setting of the game as well. But if this was Stadium, yeah, it definitely would have been much more difficult. Alright, and she gives us Giga Drain as well. And there we go. Alright, so that's Erica. Another gym badge down. There we go. Go around here. Excuse me. Clear my throat. Drink some water. Did I just forget how to get out of here? No, there we go. Okay. I was about to say. Ludicolo or a Focus Sash Torterra. Could you imagine a Focus Sash Torterra? That is such a troll item to have on a Pokemon like that. Alright, Route 16. You can find some Pokemon here. I don't know if I want to go here just yet. I think I'm going to hold off. That will lead us to Fuchsia City, but I think we're going to go somewhere else for now. Alright, so we're going to go up north. We're going to make our way to Cerulean City. This will go hand in hand with the events that took place in Celadon. And I'll show you guys what I mean by that. It looks to be the same kind of Pokemon from before. Azelf has appeared. I think I get it now. Azelf was said to have something to do with one's willpower. You must have sensed something like that inside of you, Biglet. But if I just so happen to catch this moment, then that could mean Azelf senses that in me too? Perhaps so. Oh, I caught up. Lucas, Biglet, you both are here too? Wait, that is Azelf over there. What is going on? Mesprit suddenly appeared in front of me as I was walking by. It was as if Mesprit was trying to lead me somewhere, but I was brought here in the end. I can't explain it well myself to you right now, Dawn, but I think that what these Pokemon sense in us are common with one another. But after all my research, I have not seen anything like this before. What could this mean? Even Uxie is here. But why the rush? Could Uxie have also led someone to us as well? Or am I confusing myself with the Pokemon here that are telling us? Hold that thought, Lucas. Cynthia? You as well? So that means Uxie led you here to us, right? I believe so. However, there seems to be something at play here. Look at the joy of Azelf, Mesprit, and even Uxie. It's as if those Pokemon only brought us here for a reason, but to test us in some way. A test? Something like this nearly happened in Sinnoh. The events that took place at Spear Pillar. But also, the Distortion World. The test to navigate through that place was successfully were because of these Pokemon. But what could that have to do with that here in Kanto? So alongside Biglet were brought together here, then this test is certainly all for Biglet. It does seem to be the case based off the reactions just now. Hey Cynthia, do you think that Biglet contains all the three emotions at a higher degree? It's a fair assessment, and I want to say that it could be it. Perhaps we are to guide Biglet on this. Each of us are recognized by a characteristic by these Pokemon, which explains why we were brought together to begin with. So the next thing is to see what the test is. They all flew off in different directions, it seems like. Based off the direction they all went, it would be safe to assume that we'd need to search even in Johto, perhaps. Find your respective guardian Pokemon alongside Biglet. That way the respective test may begin and be completed. Sounds simple enough. I'll have a look around in that case. I guess I'll be doing the same. What's that look on your face? You seem uneasy. Perhaps that is natural with all of this happening at once. Well, I did say that I would help you uncover these Sinnoh myths, right? How exciting. I wonder how this will play out. Better get a move on. Whoa! That was a lot of lore building. Pretty cool. So we have access to catching the Lake Guardians now, which is pretty cool. I revamped this place a little bit. It used to be pretty empty. I decided to give it some more life. Newest bike models. This is another bike shop. This was the OG bike shop in the Pokemon games. The woman, the myth, the truly unbeatable champion. True. So yeah, that event only unlocks if you complete Celadon City's side event with Dawn, so that you guys can keep that in mind. Alright, so she's not going to be here yet. The gym leader. So let's go ahead and get a move on here. A lot of NPCs to talk to, a lot of NPCs to explore and learn some things here and there. I don't know if I get something in this house. This used to be the dig house. I remember seeing this for the first time in Fire Red. I threw a Pokeball to catch my very own Whiscash. It ate it and swam away when I met it the first time. I wonder what that could be referencing. Can you leave us alone? Good lord, okay. It seems to be holding something. A nugget? This Mime Jr. only exists because Ocelot's like, hey, put a Mime Jr. here. And I'm like, okay, sure, why not? Alright, so let's go ahead and clear out these trainers for now. I'm definitely going to need all of that taken care of for later. Let's take care of it now while we're here. And then we'll navigate to a different pathway so that we can continue on with some quote-unquote story progression. What's pretty cool is that there is a lot of leeway with how you can go about doing things. But for me, I feel like this is the best route. Instead of having to run away to the Pokemon Center, there's just a Nurse Joy there in case you need to heal up your guys. There's a Vaporeon. We'll switch on into Electivire. Typhlosion is gaining a couple good levels here, so I think we'll try to focus on Electivire for a little bit and then Gallade, just so we can keep them up to par. Alright, number 4 is here. I'm going to go for Ice Punch. Oh my goodness, that was a lot of damage. I think what's more crazy is that you landed that move on your first try. Knowing my luck, that would not have ever happened to me. I think this is going to be a double battle, so let me switch out here. Number 5 and 6. Okay, we'll go for this on you, and then close combat on you. Nice light screen, bro. Of course we get static, why not? Why wouldn't we? Brick Break on you. Actually, no. Fire Punch on you, and then close combat. Nice one shot. It's a competitive smear goal. It's got freaking Spore. Nice, we woke up. And I figured that would happen. To be honest, that was a skill issue. Come on, Gallade, you're slacking here. There we go. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, there was no cut tree in Erica's gym. I got rid of it. Don't need it. Just to make life easy. No static. Nice. Making some improvement here. Go for Surf to take this guy out. And then Scyther. Scyther, we can go into you. That was overkill. Let's pick up this item over here. Nice protein. Give that to Electivire. Why not? You took on one more battle than you expected, but you won anyway. As promised, you win the prize. A nugget. That was the gun set of Gen 5, the random nurse joy on the roadside of the route. You don't have to go all the way back. Yeah, in Gen 5, very clutch, because I remember having to fight so many people, and then I was like, well, now I have to go all the way back. And I didn't feel like using all my items too. Alright, Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee is going to go down to this. Alright, there we go. We'll definitely need to come back to this area soon. Though we cleared this because we need to come back to that sooner or later. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and heal up, and we are going to make some progress towards the power plant, because the biggest thing in the vanilla game for these games in post-game is that you need to figure out what's going on with the power plant. So in order to get there, we can just go to Cerulean City, and we gotta go this way. We gotta go to Route 9. What's this item? Max Potion. Dang, you got good vision. You can see me from there. We'll take this guy out. Alright. Take care of that trainer. And let's see, is there an item over here? There is. Second Life Orb. Pretty strong. Go over here. Lucky Punch that has association with Chansey. And then, yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and surf all the way down. If I haven't caught the Pokemon, I'm just gonna do my due diligence and just catch it, because why not? I have nothing to lose here. We'll find some pretty good electric types in this patch of grass. Normally though, that route that you beat is where you go find Misty and make her go back to work though, right? Correct. But what you saw earlier though, that's vanilla. Like, she's not there right away because you have to take care of this side quest first. I'm ready to blast something. Who would dare steal a part of the generator? All you gotta do is talk to that guy, and then this triggers. As soon as you solve this quest, that's where a lot of things kind of open up to you. And that's where Misty would come back to her gym so that you can go and take her on. So now that we have a reported sighting of where the person is supposed to be, I'm going to put this guy here. There we go. For me, I like having a separate box of legendaries and mythicals, and then everything else gets smushed together, just to differentiate the differences. I'm so sorry. You're not hurt, right? Get out of here. You've seen me already. This guy's funny. This guy makes a comeback in Gen 5. He retires and he starts a family. There's like one of those random houses that you find. It's like, oh, this is the dude? He's like, I gave up my past life. I started a family. It's nice continuity. But unfortunately for this guy, he just doesn't know that his team got disbanded. Alright. It's time for you to lose. Alright, and then the reveal of the generator part is told to us. You say what? Team Rocket bye-bye is a go-go? Yep. Then he goes back to his home country, never to be seen again. Until Gen 5. Alright, so I believe it's like right around here. There we go. You know, it's not like I played the game a gazillion times, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and make our way back to the power plant, because now that we have the generator part, we'll be able to unlock even more stuff thanks to the addition of the power plant being fixed up again. And then we can also go through Rock Tunnel if we really wanted to. Keep on moving here. Wait, look, a Magnemite. Magnemite's pretty cool. I like Magnezone. Alright, we are here. Alrighty, so now that we have all of this taken care of, this unlocks the train, so we can use the train to go from Kanto to Johto in case you don't want to fly for whatever reason. In order to get the pass, you'll need to do a different side quest as well, but that only ever unlocks as soon as you get this taken care of. Now, speaking of which, now that we got that taken care of, we could go take a Rock Tunnel and proceed on that way. But for me, I want to take a different route. I'm going to go to Saffron City, and we're going to make our way to Lavender Town. And the guy gives us the TM for Charge Beam. I mean, so far into the game, I mean, we have 11 pages full of TMs, which is pretty nice. Definitely gives the player a lot of options in case there's a move that you want. And then there's just Energy Ball just sitting here. Pretty neat. We can cut through here in the grass. And there's only one required fight, and I believe this guy has an Arcanine, if I remember correctly. He had the spooky ghost town. But what's this? Looks like we found location number 1. Uxie. A mysterious yet very clever Pokemon that makes you think how this all turned out the way it did. But that's enough of that, let's get to why you're here. You succeeded in finding Uxie, so now you just need to issue the challenge. Defeating or capturing Uxie will be the key to passing. Good luck. No, they're not going to be Pokemon Home legal. Dude, this is a ROM hack. You're not going to get legal stuff transferred over to legit games. You're not the only one that's been asking that, which I'm confused about. I'm not sure if that's like a normal thing for people, but no, it's not going to be illegal. Because you cannot catch a Uxie like right here. You cannot catch a Uxie legally, legitimately, in HeartGold and Soul Silver. This is all custom stuff. Like, it'll never pass. Nicely done. Sinnoh to this day still run a bit unusual when researching it. I'm happy to have seen this mystery all the way to the end. I'm sure we'll cross paths soon and unveil more Sinnoh. So until then, take care of yourself and we'll meet again soon. Alright, see you later, Cynthia. Now, because we got the power plant fixed up, this place is going to serve a bit of importance here. These guys are misbehaving. Let's go into here. If you talk to this person right here, he's going to give you something really important. And he's going to upgrade your Poke Gear. This is going to allow you to use the music portion of that Poke Gear so that you can wake up the sleeping Snorlax that's blocking your way in order for you to progress onto the route. So that's pretty important. Lavender Town does have a couple different additions. Fix that really quick. There we go. A little bit more life brought to the Pokemon house. But this location right here, definitely want to keep in mind. And then for those of you that want to come in through Rock Tunnel, very easy stuff. You can just go through here. Pick up Rock Polish if you want. Make it to Lavender Town and then catch Uxie from that portion of the route, rather than going through the way that I showed you guys earlier. So there's definitely multiple ways on how to get to the areas that you need to go to. Alright, so in that case, if we go through Vermillion City, we can wake up the Snorlax and go through Diglett Cave. Because through Diglett Cave, that'll be the only way to get to Pewter City. And then from Pewter City, you're able to unlock the other stuff. So there's a lot of hidden stuff that you need to figure out like early, so that you can also make sure that you get the stuff that you need in order to make that progress that you can go through. And there'll be multiple versions with only lethal Pokemon. Transferring Pokemon up is a big part of Pokemon for some people. But, I mean, like I told you, this is a ROM hack, right? If you wanted Pokemon to be transferred up, you can pick up a copy of a vanilla version of HeartGold and Soul Silver, catch the stuff that you need in there, and transfer it up. I'm not sure why it has to be through ROM hacks as well, because that's not going to be illegal. Nor will it ever be illegal. It's all custom stuff. That's something you need to keep in mind. So now that we caught Uxie, let's go ahead and make our way to Johto, because the other two are going to be in Johto. Now we're going to go make our way to Azelf. So we make our way to Azelf. We're going to take this route from Blackthorn City. We're going to take the pathway all the way to the left, and I'm going to spray a repel here because there's going to be a lot of grass here. I'm going to go all the way down. And if you didn't pick up any of these items during your first run through, they're still there for you to get. And there we go. Does DS wireless and Wi-Fi still work? Melon DS. So, okay, so now are you asking about a emulator question? Because that's a completely different question that you're asking. Sebastian, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate you. And if you come to this area, here it is. You found Azelf. There's only one thing left to do. Give it a challenge. Defeating or capturing Azelf should do the trick here. You can do it. Hello everyone, Merry Christmas. Yo, Merry Christmas to you, Sebastian. Welcome in, dude. We are just finishing the post-game portion of Definitive HeartGold. This is going to be used as a resource guide for people that are stuck playing the game. We did the main game yesterday, and we finished it in one sitting somehow. We grinded everything, and here we are in the post-game completing everything else that there is to do. And so far, so good. I once challenged Azelf in the Sinnoh region, but how mysterious that our fate lead us to meet one another. Pokemon sure work in mysterious ways. Well, that is a Sinnoh myth down for the books, wouldn't you say? Perhaps I'll catch you around to unveil more Sinnoh secrets. Goodbye, Lucas. Something I do need to do is stock up on some more Pokeballs, so I'm going to do that really quick. I'll get 99 of those. And then to get Mesprit, we're going to take this pathway from Canewood City. And it's pretty simple. You're going to pretend like you're going to the Safari Zone, but you're going to take a different alternative route. You'll go through here. Herb, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate you. Welcome in. I'm surprised my alerts are working right now. The masked guy who looks great in front of a huge torrential waterfall. What's on, Wake? Haven't seen this hack before. This certainly seems to be great fun to play though. Yeah, so believe it or not, I made the game. And I released a couple videos on it. There was a trailer, and then I released a video talking about the game itself now that it has been released. So if you would like to check it out, it is on the channel. I did make Definitive Platinum as well. So if any of those catch your eye and you want to check it out, feel free to do so. A lot of people have enjoyed it. I'm going to go through this ladder here because we need to access that waterfall. So a nice trick that you can do actually is let's spray or repel, and then let's teach our Milotic the move Waterfall. And because I made it so that you can delete HM moves at any point, we can get rid of Surf. And then go through the, like under the bridge right here, go through the waterfall. And then take this pathway. There's Mesprit. I knew you can do it. All that's left now is to challenge Mesprit. By the looks of things, it would seem that defeating or capturing Mesprit should be enough to pass this. Alright, let's do it. The final Lake Guardian. We're gonna go in and catch this. There we go. I once challenged Mesprit myself back in the Sinnoh region. It was after Mesprit had helped me on a difficult quest. But the thing that Mesprit brought us together is truly mysterious. I wonder what other mysteries will lie, and then yeah, we'll see you around. Alrighty, so we took care of those. We'll make our way back to the Kanto region. And I think we'll go ahead and take on some of the Vermillion quests that are coming up. Alright, I want to move the legendaries here to this box. There we go. Alright, so we got those done. Though I'm not someone who takes on several hacks at once, I'd rather take my casual time to play through one hack at a time. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, everyone plays the way that they want to play. You know, I do that myself. I don't like doing that either. I just want to take my time and thoroughly complete something, so I understand that. The games are not a difficulty hack. It's not meant to, like, be like, oh, like this is a very hard game. No, this is meant for the casual audience. Let's talk to this guy right here. There we go. Give us a free rare candy. Now this guy has particular item that I remember seeing in someone's room. Out of the three, I'd say I liked Mesprit the best. Yeah, Mesprit is cool. I think I like Azelf. I think Azelf is who I find the coolest. Azelf was such a menace back in like the Gen 4 metagame. He's such a cool Pokemon. So, remember when I said to check out this house afterwards? Now that we have completed the train, or not the train, the power plant quest, she somehow magically loses her doll. But we know where it is. She's going to be the key to giving you the pass to take the train. And well, we need that done. What's the incentive of doing so? Well, let's go ahead and take that, or get that taken care of. I can even speak today. There we go. Let's take this doll back. There we go. And because of that, look who's here. This is all vanilla, by the way. However, we did do a lot of revamping here. My name is Steven, the champion from the Hoenn region. Have we met before? That's not possible. All the trainers I have battled seem to have the same look anyway. Especially the ones who gave me tough battles. By the way, have you heard of a Pokemon called Latias? I am investigating why Latias, a Pokemon from Hoenn, decided to leave Hoenn to come here. Latias is a Pokemon that has a lot to do with the Soldew, a gem-like orb. Considering the fact that Latias is now in Kanto, it is possible to assume that this has to do with the Soldew. Latias is a Pokemon that travels a great distance. It'll be difficult to find without any machine to track it with. But any trainer will be drawn to it, won't they? I'm currently staying here in Vermillion City renting a place. If you happen to find Latias, then stop by and show me. And that's exactly what I cherish. I feel like there ought to be a balanced amount of both casual hacks as well as difficulty hacks. Yeah, a lot of, you know, it caters to different niches. For me, I like a more casual experience. I do know like there's plenty of people that like difficulty ones. Mesprit was cute, but a pain in the butt to chase. Yeah, the roamers. Hello again, friend. Nice of you to stop by. So this part is new. Steven doesn't usually reside in any place and just sits there. Aside maybe from what? The Selfco maybe? But that's been completely revamped. So Steven is going to task you for seeing and completing quests for him as he stays in Vermillion City to help you navigate through the Hoenn mythicals and legendaries. So that's pretty cool. So what we're going to do here is that we're going to do a bit of a trick. We know that... Let's see. I want to figure out a way how I want to go about doing this. I don't think I want to use a repel trick for this one, because the wild Pokemon are in the 40s. However, this is probably the best spot to look for Latias, because if you take a look at the map, if you take one step, that's Route 6, and you'll see that it moves. And if you take one step here, you'll see that it moves again. So what's the trick here? You're just going to keep going back and forth until you're on Route 6 and see if the Latias goes somewhere near you or even on the route that you're on. Makes it a very, very easy and convenient. And now it just comes down to luck. Will it be drawn to where I need it to go, or will it not? This is probably the only time you'll ever need to do this aside from Raikou and Entei. And there we go. Just like that, we found the Latias, it spawned into our route. Level 35. Alright, let's go ahead and catch this guy. Sweet. Alright, we caught the Latias. We're going to put the Latias in the front of our party. And we're going to go ahead and show Steven. In order to make progress, you have to catch the legendaries that he's asking you to go and investigate. So that you can make progress, especially for the end. Hello again, friend. Nice of you to stop by. Have you had any success in finding Latias out in the wild? That's it. I truly appreciate your help. I came across this particular stone that I'd like you to hang on to. The Enigma Stone. So this stone was a Wi-Fi exclusive event that not a lot of people were able to get their hands on. However, in this game, it's been completely circumvented to the point where you can actually get it so that you can get the opposite Eon duo, which would be Latios in this game, which is pretty cool. Steven says he's going to go and meet you at the Pewter City Museum. So that's why it was good for us to take care of the power plant scenario so that we can get the card that is needed so that we can get this Snorlax out of the way. So we're going to open up the Pokegear, open up the radio. Let's see. We got to go. There we go. Oh. Put that right there. Play the Poke Flute. Now you can play Sinnoh music too on the Pokegear, which is honestly really cool. And if you play Sinnoh music and you run around in the grass, you can find Sinnoh related Pokemon, which is a cool feature. For both your hacks, additionally have a documentation sheet for wild encounters because I personally started to complete the Pokedex along the journeys. Yeah, so Platinum has it, as well as this game. So you'll be able to see where to go to catch stuff. Alright, so we just caught the Snorlax. And let's go ahead and just switch our Gallade up here. And we're going to go through Diglett's Cave. We need to go through Diglett's Cave so that we can get to Pewter City, of course. Go ahead and just zoom past everything here. And there is a couple items that we can get here as well. This guy gives you a nugget for free in case you want to sell and, you know, build up some money. Get the Sacred Ash. He tells you that Professor Oak is waiting for us, which we don't really need to visit him at the moment. Alright, so now we're going to go through here. And here we go, Pewter City. Alright, we got a couple more trainers just to bring some life into the town. But if you talk to this NPC here, he'll give you something pretty cool. The Silverwing. You'll definitely need this to catch Lugia, which I think is pretty cool. The game allows you to catch the opposite Pokemon that is on the box cover, so that's pretty cool. Alright, that's the gym leader right there for Brock. I am going to skip that for now. I don't know, was there an item over here? Was. Wise glasses, there we go. Oh, look who's here. Get a load of this one, son. Looks as mighty and strong as my Bastiodon. I love defense! We got two more Sinnoh gym leaders here. Examining the fossils. I think Byron was probably one of my favorite characters of all time in the Diamond and Pearl anime. Simply because every time he said I love the fence, there's explosions that go off behind him during his little scene that they put on for him. It's so cool. But yeah, if you talk to these two, it'll be useful for later. And just a bit of lore building for these characters as well. The next time we meet. There we go. In the museum, if you want, you can talk to the Fossil Brothers. He will, well, the brothers will give you fossils from different regions. This guy gives you the fossils from the Sinnoh region. because the fossil reviver, he is here in this museum if you want to revive them. There we go. But here's what we're mostly here for. People dedicate themselves to what they believe and stand out in the crowd. But enough of that, let's get to why you're here. The Enigma Stone I gave you could try to hint towards my previous theory. Only one way to find out. You should have it studied by experts. So far, I really love this hack already. You've put in a whole lot of effort making it and it truly shows. Yeah, dude, I spent 1.5 years of my life making this ROM hack individually. Solo development. It was quite the challenge, I will tell you that. Platinum took a very long time as well. Very, very, very long time. But I'm glad I got it done though. I'm glad that you think that's pretty cool. Appreciate that. Thank you for your patience. It took me a little while, but I've confirmed it. This is an orb that contains what is called the Soul Dew. Nice, we got it. Aha, my theory was correct. Soul Dew is said to be a solidified spirit of Latias and Latios, has the power to bring out the true potential of both of them. So yeah, this was all like a Wi-Fi mystery gift event, and then you can just, I just circumvented it, I just made it accessible here. As easy as that, which is pretty awesome. It seems that Latios became attracted to it in no time. Alright, here we go. As soon as you get Latias, you can get Latios. I'm gonna catch you in a Premier Ball, why not? Sweet, there we go. Impressive, it was a great battle. I don't think you had given everything you got, blah blah. Yep, there we go. So, because now that we've completed the quest for Latios, we are now opened up to even more Hoenn side quests with Steven. Steven will be the key to unlocking more legendaries here for you to go and explore and get. I'm going to put this guy here. And then Snorlax is holding leftovers, but we'll put you here for now. Now that we are here in Pewter City though, let's go ahead and take on the Pewter City gym leader and get another gym badge under our belts. I'm gonna dodge the trainers here only because I know that I'm well equipped to take on Brock. Alright, here we go. Alright, so you're starting off with Golem. You are 4 times weak to Leaf Blade. You're gonna set up the Sandstorm, which is perfectly fine. Perfect. Alright, Steelix is coming out. I am going to go into Milotic. I'm gonna save my... Oh, I forgot to teach back Surf to Milotic. That's going to be a little bit of an issue. But hopefully not too crazy. Alright, the Pokemon I was waiting for, Tyranitar. There we go. Tyranitar has been taken care of. Alright, Aerodactyl. I'm going to go into Salamence so I can get the Intimidate drop. I don't mind if Salamence goes down here. Unfortunately, we got flinched right there. There's really nothing else I can do. Let me go for the recover here. We do have leftovers to... Nice, you missed. There we go. Perfect. Aerodactyl is a bit of a problem because it's going to get the special defense boost because it's a rock type. But Aerodactyl has some flinch moves, so it could be a little challenging there. Alright, so here comes Kabutops. We'll switch out. We'll go into our Electivire. Then I'll go for Thunder Punch. There we go. Omastar, I think will stay in. Should be super effective here. Oh, that was a crit. Without the crit, we would have lived 100%. We'll finish this up with Gallade. Alright, sweet. There we go. Alright, and that's another gym badge down. And we get TM80 for that win. Perfect. GG's. Alright. So we can go down, all the way down here. We can probably take the time to actually unlock those areas. Just to make it easier for us to fly. I'll fly back to the Pokemon Center. And then we'll just try to quickly skim through where we need to go. It'll help us for later, for sure, so I think it's well worth the effort to just do it. I'm going to spray a Repel here, and because we are going to be fighting quite a lot of bug types, I'm going to put Typhlosion in the front as we try to navigate our way through the Viridian Forest. There's a full restore just, you know, hiding right there. GG's, GG's. We found a stick. Who would have thought in the Viridian Forest you'd find a stick? A blue flute. Keep on going here. Oh look, there's Bugsy. Sure, we can swap phone numbers. You try looking then, you can find some too. So you, Bugsy. Yeah, you'll probably find a couple of Johto gym leaders here and there in the Kanto region. Doing their own thing, you know, exploring their own adventure. Alright, Vermillion City. This is quite the popping city. You'll notice a lot of NPCs with their Pokemon out. You know, it's where the toughest of trainers come and gather around. Where we have the final gym fight, and this area being particularly pretty darn cool, if I might add. I believe there's an NPC here that'll give you something though. TM85, Dream Eater. A stick within Viridian Forest, how original. I know, right? But we'll definitely be revisiting Viridian Forest. For now, let's see if we can make our way back to Peloton. Well, on our way towards Peloton, I should say. Take on this trainer here, going to Gallade. Maybe we can probably try to fight something else with Gallade here. There's the Absol, perfect, good contender. Quick Claw activates. Nice. Alakazam, we have a Weavile. That Alakazam had Focus Blast, by the way. And we just got lucky, he missed. Alright, and there's Peloton. And yes, there is a Nurse Joy here, just in case you wanted to heal. Grant you special access if you collect them all, but you'll need something to help you through. Come back and show me once you've conquered everything. Keep that in mind. Alright, now that we're here, let's go ahead and access this area by teaching Surf to Milotic again. I find it very interesting that Weavile can learn Surf. Never understood it the first time. There we go. I was surfing on like on a white jelly blob thing. That was funny. Are we really gonna navigate our way through? Wow, we navigated our way through without running into a single trainer. That's really funny. Alright. I was once the Kanto champion. A volcano erupts and just like that, the whole town goes haywire. Yeah, we only have 4 badges, so we'll definitely come back and talk to you. Alright. Now, in that case, let's go ahead and make some more progress here with the gym badges. We're gonna go to Celadon City so that we can access Fuchisa City. Let's get on our good old bicycle, and we're gonna go down all the way down here. We're probably gonna run into a couple bikers here and there, but that is completely okay. Hydro Pump on you, and then Zen Headbutt on you. Nice. I know Nidoking is more specially defensive, so I'm glad that was able to kill. I'm going to switch my Weavile to the front just in case. Oh, there we go. And just like that, we made it to Fuchsia City. Yeah, Surf is weird, and there's like other Pokemon that learn completely random stuff too. You know, there's a move in the Pokemon series that I feel like they've butchered a lot, and it's Aura Sphere. It used to feel like really, really cool and unique for Pokemon to learn, but now almost all of them can learn it now. It's really weird. If I remember correctly, I believe it is this NPC that is the real Janine. So let's see. Yeah, there we go. I'm a genius. Okay, here we go. Crobat. I'm gonna go for Outrage. Alright, Muck is coming out next. I am going to go into Electivire. Because I 100% knew that would happen. I am the GOAT. What can I say? Over Flamethrower on you. Weezing, we can probably take you out with an Eruption, right? Yeah, you're not really good on the specially defensive side of things. Go for the Eruption on you here. Here comes the Rose Raid. Deja Vu. Here we go. Alright, we got the Soul Badge. And we get Poison Jab for our TM. Very good move. I like how it shows you where it is actually being blocked so that you can navigate around it. Yeah, it used to be like Lucario, Palkia, Dialga, Giratina back in the day. But then all of a sudden, Gen 8, Gen 9, Manchow gets it, Infernape gets it, the Lottie twins get it. It's like all these Pokemon are getting it now. And it's like, well, now it just ruined the signature uniqueness of that move. Alright, coming here to the Fuchsia City, I believe if you talk to this guy right here, depending on who you picked as your starter, you will get the other starter as well. There's also another one in Vermillion City that I forgot about, so we'll go back and get that. However, you'll see that there's more life brought into Fuchsia by all these NPCs. The Pokemon Zoo. Pokemon Zoo is like a signature thing here for Fuchsia City. So there's that. Now, if you come all the way up here, though, Pal Park looks a bit different. And actually, you can even access Pal Park in itself without actually needing to connect to a GBA thing. There's no special permission needed to enter Pal Park outside. Please report anything suspicious. If you come through here, remember this spot for later. But I want to talk to this guy. We got the member card. Definitely going to be needing that item soon. Here we go. Now, if we go through here, it doesn't really matter, right? Actually, it does matter because we need to unlock the other Suicune thing. So let's go ahead and make our way all the way there to where Yuzine is so that we can accomplish the other Suicune shenanigans that we're gonna run across. Night Slash on you. There we go. Rose Incense, that'll work exactly like a Miracle Seed. I like how there's just a random level 5 Chikorita with me. Oh, I thought I was gonna get away from him. I really thought I had him. Ooh, Dragon Claw. Okay, nice. You know what? I think I might teach it to him, actually. You know what? Nah, I like Outrage. Outrage has been putting in a lot of work. It's a very strong move in this generation. Especially because it's coming out of a Salamence too, like it's no joke. There it is. That was a really major issue for people who didn't own either a GBA nor an adapter. Yeah, and it's just like, it's locked content in a sense, so you gotta pay more money to unlock even more stuff in the game. I was like, I'm gonna revamp this. I don't want that. I will make it serve a completely different purpose. Okay, so we did that. Let's go back to Vermillion City really quick. Pick up the other starter. Let's temporarily do that really quick and go here. There we go. Yeah, you gotta talk to this guy. He'll give you the other opposite starter that you didn't have. And there we go. Put that there. Alrighty, let's keep going. Salamence took some damage. Let's go ahead and heal. There's so much to do, but in what way do I want to do it all? Let's see. We got the members card. We can definitely do a particular event right now as we speak if we really wanted to, but we got to get some gym badges. Earlier, I mentioned that we needed to take care of this route here because we're definitely going to come back to it later. And glory behold, we do. There we go. Why did you have to show up and bug us now? Do you know what they call people like you? A pest. You heard me. Those badges, are they from Johto? Alrighty, there we go. Let's go to Cerulean City now because Misty is back to her gym. gonna put Electivire in the front. Would you consider a definitive ROM hack for either Gens 1 through 3 or Gen 5 someday in the future? So the thing with those, Gens 1 through 3, they use like an entirely different software. And they use completely different tools as well that I don't really know about and I haven't really learned. So there'll be a big gigantic learning curve in order for me to do all that. However, if I do get the opportunity, maybe. I know that Gen 5 also requires some different materials and tools to edit, and it'll take a while for me to get used to learn something entirely new in that regard. But I did mention one time, I think I mentioned this in the video actually, I mentioned that I am interested in making something related to GBA, like a custom made one. So we'll see. I mean, a lot of people like my vision for how I want ROM hacks to turn out, and just the balancing and the casual aspect and the quality of life and all of that. So it's still up in the air. The biggest thing that I have to take into account, of course, is time. These projects take a very long time to complete. Especially now that I potentially need to have to learn something entirely new. It will certainly take a long time to get used to it. So I would say it's in the air. There we go. And that is Misty. Alright, and she's going to give us a water pulse. Nice. Alright, so now that we've taken care of that, we have how many gym badges now? Alright, there's one more we gotta go and get. Let's go and heal up because we gotta go and take on Cinnabar Island. Well, I thought we were, but I guess not. Not right now, at least. Did I return the doll? I don't think I returned the doll. I think that's why it's still there. Hold on. I think that is why. Yeah, I didn't return the doll yet. There we go. We got the pass. And we returned the doll. There we go. Now we have access to the train. So the generator's back up. We got the train pass. Would that be the requirement to accessing this area now? No? Interesting. Maybe I'm having a brain fart. There's certainly something here. Or I think you don't even access that way. Either way. Oh. I don't think you do yet because I think that's where Articuno is. I think that's like the pathway to take it. I don't know. I always get confused with the Seafoam Island stuff. It's like it's either you go through this side or you go through the left side. I assume it's like through here. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's what I have to do in order to unlock that portion. That part always gets me, especially when I had to playtest the game a gazillion times. I'm like, wait, does this come first or does that go first? I think I have to go and fight Blaine first. Yeah, right here. Seafoam Island, somebody put a notice under the sign. Yep. We have to take on Blaine first before we actually have access to the other for Articuno. I figured it was one way or the other. Alright, so let's see. I'm gonna put my Lodic in the front. Alrighty. So this is Blaine's gym. In order to make progress, of course, you need to take out the trainers and then they'll move to the side for you in order for you to progress. They'll have a variety of different fire types. That's pretty good for you to fill in those Pokedex entries with those. I think... yeah, you just go through here. Oh, hey, look, you have a Typhlosion as well. Take the time to heal up. I'll heal up my Glade. Let's save the game. It has been a while. Alright, so we got 7 badges, essentially. We want to be under our belt, so we just got to take on Blaine. Charizard. I'll stay. Charizard with Thunder Punch. Surf. Blaine is going to be a bit stronger than the other gym leaders at this point because, well, I mean, you've been taking on a lot of Kanto as of now. So your training should be pretty established. I'll go ahead and just heal up. If you want to use a full restore, I'll use a full restore. There we go. One of our inhabitants losing their homes is a really hard punch in the face. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Of everything to happen. Alright, so we were able to defeat Blaine. We have 7 Kanto gym badges. That means Blue will finally see us worthy. However, before all of that, let's go ahead and take on some more quests. They are technically available to you, so you might as well take advantage of the opportunity, I would say. Alrighty. Now that we don't have to worry about gym badges, we can progress on through this. Not that you need gym badges, by the way. You can do this even without, but you get the point. Please examine this. Alrighty, so we have our first quest, and that is to take on Kyogre. We're going to look at the Embedded Tower in Canewood City. This is probably the only tedious one. Only because you have to keep traveling from region to region in order to get to the Embedded Tower. I'll show you guys what I mean momentarily. Oh wait, actually, you can't even progress in doing all this. You know why? Because you need Rock Climb. I just remembered. You won't be able to scale through anything. You need Rock Climb. But you have to go and take on Blue. So there's a certain extent. You know what? Let me show you what you can actually do. Now that I just remembered, because you need Rock Climb, right? However, if you go through here... and take on this house... My grandson suddenly fell sick and is now in a worse state than I could have never have possibly imagined. It doesn't seem like he's able to wake up from his sleep. I'm very frightened by this. What could be causing it? My goodness, where did that thing come from? Can't feel my... Ah! The little boy seems to be in pain. Dark is watching me. I was frozen in fear. There was nothing I could do. Was that a Pokemon? That is correct. I see that you are doing well. I'm sorry, dear. Who might you be? My name is Cynthia. I'm also a Pokemon trainer. I've been researching the mysteries of Sinnoh myths, and I believe we have yet another one to uncover. The Pokemon you just saw, that was Darkrai. Darkrai? That Pokemon is known to cause terrible nightmares. I'm afraid this child fell victim to Darkrai's horrific nightmares. I heard rumors that it made an appearance nearby, which is how I came to the conclusion it would be here. My, that is what my grandson has been mumbling. I stood in fear just looking at Darkrai, then I can't imagine what the nightmares are like. This is all so terrible. What can we do? Where Darkrai lingers, then so does Cresselia. Cresselia? Its lunar power is said to be the key to fight Darkrai's power. One lunar wing will do the trick to awaken your grandson from this. It's just as I expected. Biglet, let's find Cresselia. We need the lunar wing. Cresselia may appear in an area that resembles the moon. Very interesting. Custom made Darkrai event. That's my guy. To access this, we are going to need to go to Pewter City. We're going to go along this route over here. Couple more trainers to fight. I'll switch out to Gallade for this. I'm gonna dodge that trainer. There we go. Easy. Imagine Darkrai teaming up with Hypno. That would be crazy, dude. Metal Burst. There are a lot of trainers on this route, so if you need more training for whatever reason, this is also another route to do that. Especially in between the routes of Lavender Town and Fuchsia, if you go all the way towards the right side of the map. A lot of trainers to take on. Alright, let's save the game. You're here in Kanto too? Some of the trainers here are tough, which makes it easy to train my Pokemon. I know that you are strong. See, even Silver knows. Faint attack, I'm going to go for Flamethrower. For Ralligator, I'm going to go into Electivire. There we go. Pro Battle, stay in. Oh, U-turn. Only for your Gengar to get one shot. Thank you for that. Go for Night Slash. Magnezone, we can go into Typhlosion. I think you died of this. Electivire. Hypno taking kids away with Darkrai leading them into a world of nightmares. That is a very scary thought, guys. Goodness gracious. My Pokemon are so weak it makes me frustrated. To the Dragon's Den. See ya, Biglet. So the theme that is playing, normally it doesn't play. You have to like meet the right criteria and conditions for this music to play. Because this is where like the Clefairies come around and do their little dance around this water here. But the conditions need to be met. I think it has to be like a certain time or a certain day. But if you come here anyway, there's Cresselia just waiting for us. The wild Cresselia appeared. Alright, let's catch you. And there we go, we get the Lunar Wing. Now, even if you defeated this Pokemon, you would still get the Lunar Wing and you can still progress. But why would you not catch it? Monday evening under the usual circumstances. Yeah, that sounds about right. Then Cynthia shows up and she's like, hey, you did it. Fantastic work. The little boy woke up. Grandma, is that you? You finally woken up. I'm so glad. Are you okay? That was too scary. I can't imagine to explain it all. You don't need to. These young trainers helped in bringing you back. Thank you. And never want to experience that again. There we go. Now, because we were able to handle the quest of Cresselia, we are now able to take the opportunity, now that we are in Johto, to go to Goldenrod City. Because Darkrai is here on Route 34 in a very hidden secret spot that not a lot of people go and visit. There he is! The mascot! There it is. The dude, my goat. They did this man so much justice in Legends EA. I couldn't believe it. It was beautiful. Alright. And we got Darkrai just like that. Now, because we were just in Goldenrod City, if you defeat the champion, you can immediately do this. You don't have to wait for any conditions. But if you immediately come over here, you have a notable amount of gym badges. There is a Pokemon that was rumored to be lurking around here somewhere. It's a rare Pokemon called Shaymin. Shaymin can be found in National Park. Oh, I never battled this guy. That is so funny. Get destroyed. You and your level 16 Sandshrew. Lugma gets destroyed. The boogeyman of Pokemon. That's so funny. There it is. That looks to be a Shaymin. I call word of the whereabouts for Shaymin, and I must say that you have found Shaymin already is quite impressive. The rare Pokemon, it would be seen by near flowers. Regardless, it would seem that your next step is to challenge Shaymin. There you go. You can get a free Shaymin. That's another Sinnoh myth taken care of. Perhaps there's more to this than I had originally thought. Take care. And because we successfully caught Shaymin, if you take it out of your PC, did my game freeze? No way, my game froze. Oh, goodness gracious. Did my game really freeze? Okay, not too bad. We're still at this part of the game. That was the first time I've ever seen a crash. I'm so glad. I am so glad that we saved. Oh man, I panicked for a little bit because I thought we had to go back and fight all those gyms again. That's so weird. I've never seen it freeze like that. I think my emulator is punishing me for playing for so long. We'll just speed on through this again. Houston, we have a problem. Darkrai's revenge. Darkrai heard what I was saying. But yeah, well, back to your question. Did he get done dirty like in the past? I mean, you got the Dark Void nerf. Darkrai can't be made available until you get like a mystery gift. They did the same thing for BDSP. And now I don't think you can go back and play BDSP to get Darkrai anymore because the event was long gone. There's just too many instances where Darkrai just kind of got screwed over. Until Legends EA. Legends EA was like... Dude, it was like a love letter to Darkrai fans. Like, I don't know how else to put it. I'm just gonna save my game here. Go back to Goldenrod. I'm so curious, why did it freeze like that? That was only a nugget, right? We don't need that. Oh, you know what happened maybe? I think I know why that it froze. So sometimes in Decimume, the sprites glitch. It's like a visual bug. It's like an emulator problem. It's not like something from the game. I think what happened, and this happened before, when I tried using Fly, the sprites glitched and like it like did something with trying to load the map. And so I think what happened is that it glitched out the sprites again when I exited the Pokemon Center. And that's why the game kind of went like, what? And then blew up. Like, you can get Darkrai in Legends Arceus, but like, I think that also requires something else outside of BDSP. Alright, let me save the game one more time. We need like a solidified... Yeah, see, this time it worked because nothing loaded improperly in the emulator. That's so weird. So this, I set it so that any Shaymin can get it. This used to be like an event-only exclusive Wi-Fi thing for you to get the Cresselia flower. I am playing in nighttime right now, so I won't be able to change its form. But that's how you would go and get the Cresselia flower once you've completed the Shaymin quest. Now that we have done all of that, I believe that is all of the Sinnoh legendaries that we are able to get as of now. There is one more, but it requires a requirement that we currently do not have. Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna go back to Kanto. We're gonna go to Cinnabar Island. And then we talk to Blue because Blue now acknowledges that we have 7 badges. And there we go. Yeah, so you need Rock Climb, obviously, to progress on with some of the quests here. And it makes sense because you do need to be a bit strong so that you're not getting destroyed by the wild Pokemon. But yeah, you get the point. Alright, let's see. If I remember how to do this, I think it's through that. I believe... What is that one? To the right? And if I go to this path right here, that takes me here. If I go through here, that takes me to that box. And then if I go through this. And then last but not least... And then boom, I go this way. Aha! I'm a genius. Let's save the game here. Alright, who did I make blue lead off with again? I think I know. Finally got here, huh? Wasn't in the mood at Cinnabar Island, but now that I'm ready to battle. You're telling me you've conquered all the gyms in Johto? Blue is a cool protagonist. Well, antagonist. Yeah, you get the point. Alright, Blue's gonna be much stronger than all the other gym leaders, of course. He is a past champion and all. So his levels are going to be a bit higher than normal. But again, with all the training that you have gone through, so far you should be fine. I am going to go into Gallade. You probably have no guard Stone Edge, so I'm not gonna be able to make use of Salamence using Fly. There's Pidgeot, I'm gonna go into Electivire. That was a crit. Only for you to get one shot, perfect. Let's switch out into Milotic. Milotic should be able to clean up here. Unless you get critted. Isn't that wonderful? Make you use a... Okay, we got a revenge crit. I will take that. Here comes Weavile. Go for Ice Punch. Perfect. There we go. Yeah, blue definitely has aura. Alongside with red. Alright, and we got Trick Room. Nice. Alright, let's get out of here. We got all the gym badges. And Professor Oak is going to talk with us. That is your cue to go and talk to good old Professor Oak. Because he will finally give us something that we will need. I'm going to save the game just in case. Here we go. If you talk to this guy right here, in the lab, he will give you the Magma Stone. You've not only become the Johto champion, but you've collected all the Kanto badges as well. Let's go. You'll make arrangements to go to Mount Silver. Now we have access to fighting Red if we really wanted to go and do that right now. But I think we'll save that for the end. We got HM08 for a Rock Climb. A strange occurrence took place in Vermillion City. I see, so the Pokemon you saw at the end was actually Mew. A rare sight to behold. There we go. And now we've unlocked the Mew quest. So Rock Climb actually opens us up to a lot of different stuff now. First things first. Let's go to Cinnabar Island. Let's teach a Pokemon Rock Climb. Let's teach it to... you know what? Let's teach it to you. For now. Let me see. I think you have to... Yeah, you gotta go through this. And then through here. There we go. Heatran! Alrighty, so if you have the Magma Stone from the Professor's Aid and you show it to that particular spot on Cinnabar Island, you will get Heatran. That little cutscene was shown in the trailer, hint hint. Okay, and there we go. Good old Heatran. Exactly. Alright, so now that we actually have access to Rock Climb, we can actually progress forward with Steven's side quests. So let's go ahead and... go there for real this time. I think it's through here, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna spray a repel. Go through this way. Yeah, see, we needed Rock Climb. There we go. Now that we have the blue orb with us, it'll automatically unlock Kyogre. Good old level 60 Drizzle Kyogre. How menacing. Kyogre and Groudon and Rayquaza. Dude, their fights were so sick in Legends EA as well. They always do like the Hoenn Pokemon justice. Every single time. It's insane. And then this guy's gonna give you a bit of lore. Alrighty, now that we have caught Kyogre, we need to go and show this to Steven. There was something else, I think. Wasn't there? Hold on. I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah. Because we are here in Vermillion City, you can kill two birds in one stone with this quest. Give me a sec. Let me show you what I mean. So obviously you need to have Kyogre in the front of your party. But if you come over here really quick. Kyogre Mew. Look at the size comparison, good lord. Mew's just chilling here in Vermillion City. Where you first encountered it in that awesome cutscene. You enjoyed the battle with Groudon and Oras. Those fights are really cool. I remember riding on the back of Groudon as well. Going through that lava, that was so sick. And then when like the primal stuff happened. Dude, it's so nice. I wish Gen 4 got something like that, but it's a whole different topic. The little house cat. Alright, you show him Kyogre, he'll give you the red orb. So if you guys didn't notice, the events for all of this going on has been completely circumvented because usually it's Oak that tells you to do all this stuff. But because Steven is here, I said to myself, we're gonna make Steven do it instead. Alrighty, back to where we were. Now, normally in the traditional games, you'll need to actually trade with somebody who actually caught Groudon in the embedded tower for this to work when it comes to catching Rayquaza. But in this game, you'll get everything all together. You don't have to trade or anything. I need another Pokemon with Rock Climb. Electivire, I need you to temporarily do this for me, because I put Typhlosion in the PC box. Steven's actually from home himself. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I was like, you know what? I'm gonna change it because it makes more sense in my opinion. And there's Groudon. Groudon v Kyogre. Alright, now that we have accomplished that, let's go back. We're gonna make our way back to Vermillion City. There we go. Oh yeah, we'll keep it sprayed because we're gonna go back anyway. Have you had any success with the red orb? Yup. Rayquaza. Heartgold appeared at the embedded tower. That means one final element is to appear. Examine this. The Jade Orb. This item is the Jade Orb, the final piece to the puzzle. Take the Jade Orb to the embedded tower. Aye aye, Captain. Do it. Shiny Primal Groudon and Shiny Rayquaza were my boys. Their shinies are sick. I'll tell you that much. Like, actually amazing. Alright, the final time that we need to do this. For Rayquaza. Alright, surf along here. And then one last time. I'm gonna go to the embedded tower. And there it is. No special requirements needed. A lot of coding circumvention so that we can get this going, and then boom, we can get all three. Now, before we actually make it back to Steven, we have 16 gym badges. You know what that means? That means we can finally see what's inside of this house. And what's inside? The Sinnoh gym leaders. Remember when I said that you should always talk to the Sinnoh gym leaders whenever you get the chance in the story or through anything? This is why. So this house, you can battle all of them. Their ace Pokemon are just chilling next to their side. And you can battle them as many times as you want. And this also serves as a good training point for battling Red. And you have Nurse Joy right there, if in case you need to heal. So yeah, this is a custom house with this building map that was just unused. And so I made use of it. And there we go. Unlocks after 16 badges. Their Pokemon are around the 70s, so just keep that in mind. But if you got a good team going and you've been training properly and all that stuff, you'll be fine. And it just serves as a good training midpoint Okay, so you're just falling a little bit behind. I love the cutscene in Emerald where Rayquaza descends and roars. It's such an iconic and nostalgic scene. I love that scene too. It's so good. Look how huge Rayquaza is. Have you had any success? Would you consider this whole experience so far being worth it? Absolutely. Near Pewter City are meteoroids and are picking up a strong signal. Deoxys. Sure. How fitting that the Deoxys quest is right after the Rayquaza quest. I still remember watching the movie where the Rayquaza was fighting Deoxys like in a city. Like it was like in this Antarctica-like area. It was kinda insane. And then at point blank, Rayquaza launches a hyper beam and incinerates the freaking Deoxys. That was crazy. If you go here and you just follow what Steven tells you, you'll find a Deoxys. But not any kind of Deoxys. A shiny Deoxys. Yes, sir. Like a parent scolding two quarreling children. Exactly. Rayquaza is him. Yeah, because ain't nobody want to hear you all that. They're having an argument dispute. The world is falling apart. Their weather conditions are killing everything. They're going crazy. They need to be stopped. Alrighty, let's go and... put Deoxys on the team so we can show Steven. So the readings ended up being true. I had my colleague to think. Have you heard of Professor Birch? Yes. Though this Deoxys looks different than what I pictured. Perhaps there are more of them? This Pokemon has the ability to change its form. That lurks around Lavender Town. The report indicated of a small but joyful type of Pokemon. It is said that every now and then it will emerge towards a call of a wishful hopes and desires. Jirachi. Okay. Looks like we got our next task. We gotta go to Lavender Town. Alrighty. Earlier in the stream, I mentioned that to keep an eye on this house, and if you get the Jirachi quest unlocked, you gotta go here. I did not notice you were standing there at all. Me and Clefable came to pay respects to a fallen Pokemon that meant the world to the both of us. Guess you already got your answer. Why, what's up? What was did you ask a question earlier? Speaking of whom? Oh, was it about Jirachi? Yeah, there's Jirachi right now. There it is. A Pokemon. I've never seen anything like it. Wait, this is not mine. Is this Pokemon showing me a sign? It's oddly identical. You have the same spirit as my own. This has to be what I was looking for, and this strange Pokemon helped me. Would you like to come along, Azurill? Thank you, trainer. I feel at ease, meaning you allowed for these events to happen to me. Jirachi granted you another Azurill. Where did the Azurill come from? Who knows? Yeah, oh, you had a Jirachi question? That's why. That's so funny. See? Well, let's capture the Jirachi. Let's go ahead and show that to Steven. And there we go. Have you found anything while visiting Lavender Town? I see, so Jirachi was in fact there. Something unusual happened? I see. Jirachi is said to sleep for about 1,000 years, but once awakened, it'll grant any wish that someone would desire. The theory is inconsistent based off research. For example, its hard-cased shell uses it to protect itself while it goes into hibernation. Dude, that's crazy that Jirachi can like hibernate for 1,000 years. I have to admit that was real sweet of Jirachi to do. Yeah, dude, Jirachi's clutch. Regice, Regirock, and Registeel. I've seen these Pokemon before, so there'll be no need to report to me about your findings. However, what I will share is that these Pokemon have certain traits which you can use to track them down. Ice, Rock, and Steel. Connection to a Pokemon. Unfortunately, I had limited knowledge on this. There we go. If you have completed everything, you know, the Regis are the last thing that you can do. And you can learn more about Steven, or you can decide to battle him. For now, we will skip out on that. Champion Steven would also prove to be pretty challenging. He has Pokemon that are pretty darn high leveled, but it can also serve as a good training point as well. However, we do have our next task at hand. We're going to go ahead and find out where exactly the Regis are. We're going to start with Lavender Town because Regirock is going to be located at Rock Tunnel. Let's go ahead and fight this guy. We'll just Eruption Spin here and then take him out. Another cave where you needed to use Flash, but you know, your boy looked after you guys and said, we're not gonna need Flash. These three, I hate them. The Brawly Braille, that's what it was. I can't speak today. Trust me. Oh look, Stone Edge. I was not about to do riddles for the Regis, I'll tell you that much. No thank you. I'm having a brain fart. How do I navigate through this? There we go. It's right here. I think down here. Nope. Right here. Alright, Regirock is the only Regi here in Kanto. The other two are in Johto, but they're pretty simple to find. Let me use my escape rope. And let's get out of here. I'm gonna go to Blackthorn City because Regice is going to be in Ice Cave. And again, these are all documented in the Wild Encounter stuff, so in case you guys don't know where to find them, it's right there. I'm gonna say yes to this because we're gonna go and enter the cave. And there's gonna be a lot of wild Pokemon in there. Let me see if I go down here. Go around this way. There it is. Perfect. And then the last one. Use our escape rope. The last one, I believe, is in Mount Mortar. Or another repel. I think it was like through here. I know it was like off to the shore somewhere. It's like near a body of water, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. I could be having another brain fart. Sounds good, Sebastian. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Really appreciate it. Have a good night, sleep well, and we'll catch you around, dude. Was it not in... Hold on, I'm pretty sure I'm definitely having a brain fart. Let me save the game, just in case. I think I might have accessed the area wrong. I clear my throat. I have to drink some water. My mouth is drying up. Did my repel run out? I'm pretty sure it's through here. Yeah, right there. Okay. Yeah. I was overcomplicating it. I knew it was here. I just... Sometimes there are just so many entrances and exits to get to the caves. And where you need to go. Okay, so that's Registeel. Alrighty, so now we can go back. And because we got the Reggies, I'm gonna go ahead and show Professor Oak the Mew that we caught. Reggies was my favorite out of the three because of the movie. Boy was straight trying to chase Ash and all of them to freeze them, and Nair got close many times. It was hilarious. Reggies was on... Reggies was just locking in. Regirock was really funny in that movie. That meme is so funny, dude. It gets me every time it ever pops up in my feed. They were out for blood. It's crazy. I'm gonna make room for this Pokemon. I'll put Gallade here. Okay, I just need to go to Cerulean. So you show Mew to Professor Oak, and you will unlock the content for Cerulean Cave. Oh, you have to go all the way up. That's right. And then that's way you can go and get the Mewtwo. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't remember the exact pathway for this, but I think it's like somewhere around this area. A lot of nuggets in this post game, I might say. Was it this one? It's a pretty open area. And then if you go here, then up here, oh. I got rid of Rock Smash, so you don't need to use Rock Smash at all for this cave. And navigate through. Okay, there's an Ultra Ball. And then if you go in this way, and then this way. I'm just collecting items at this point. Odd Incense, okay. Boost the power of psychic moves. just gonna quickly navigate through all this. Go this way. I believe we are at the right place. Is it Mewtwo like right here though? I think we're very close. I don't have any more repels. We're gonna run to a lot of wild Pokemon here. Machoke. No thank you. Regirock and Steel were just there to scare them, and Regice acted like he wanted to kill them. That was the whole strategy. And they lived somehow. I think Mewtwo is up that staircase. That looks very familiar. Yep, there we go. Perfect. I went the right way. We are chilling. Alright, perfect. Let's go up this right here. Pretty extensive cave, might I add. Good lord. Alrighty, Pallet Town. Let's show Mewtwo this. Or show this Mewtwo to Professor Oak. Let's save the game. There we go. Now, because we got Mew and Mewtwo, now we have unlocked the Kanto birds. So now they are all stationed to where they normally are in the vanilla version. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go to Cerulean. We don't need to show Professor Oak these Pokemon. So we'll go ahead and just put Mewtwo right here. What I do want to do though, is I want to buy some more repels. Get 99 of these. And then we'll go ahead and make our way back to where the power plant was. Because that is where normally the Zapdos, I was about to say Reggie, resides. Access that, there we go. And then it's just a simple surf all the way down here. There we go. Good old Zapdos. We're gonna catch you. And then, because we beat Blaine, I believe now Fuchisa City will allow us to go this way to get to Articuno. Exactly, there we go. Alright, let's see if we can dodge these trainers. I think we could. So far, so good. So far, so good. Nice. Yes, keep on spraying a repel. We can dodge you. You got outmaneuvered, kid. Solid. Alright. Now, there is no crazy puzzle for this. If I remember correctly, it's just very straightforward. You just gotta surf. Yeah, he's right here. That is the easiest way to just get to Articuno. And then, if you go to Mount Silver, which is where Moltres is gonna reside. This will most likely be the first time you'll ever get through. We're gonna keep on spraying a repel. Alright, route 28, I mean. Keep on going over here. And there's Flamethrower. I think Thunderbolt can be found in Cerulean Cave, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah. I think it's like up through here. No. I think it's on here. The fire turkey, given the looking stats. Too many fire chickens, man. That's how I see them as. Alright, so we need waterfall. I'm gonna go ahead and make my way to waterfall this. Another life orb. That is 3 life orbs in this game. And if you go here... Sorry about that. Had to take care of something. Alright. There is a bit of a bonus here. If you did the Manaphy event, Phione will spawn here in Mount Silver. And there you go. Now, normally, all you would have to do is take Manaphy and breed it at the daycare center to get Phione, but I was like, you know what? Let's just make Phione valuable anyway. And so if you did the event, there it is. Alrighty, and then you just go up here. And then Moltres will remain at the same exact spot that it is in the vanilla version. And then that should conclude everything for Steven and Professor Oak. Yo, what's going on, Fancy? How are you, dude? Welcome in. We are just streaming the post-game of Definitive HeartGold, just to make it as a resource for people that are stuck or whatever, and they just have a reference to look at. Alrighty, so now that we have taken care of everything in that regard, we're gonna fly back over here because there's a particular spot after you've completed everything that you needed to do in the quests for Steven. If you fly back to Fuchisa City and you go back to where Pale Park was, I'm gonna keep the Super Repel on. You'll notice that Regigigas spawns in here. Steven was not too knowledgeable about a certain different aspect of the Regis, and well, he secretly spawns in this area. I wonder what that could lead us to. Alright, so we caught Regigigas. Well. What you just encountered was a Pokemon called Regigigas. It said that it alone can move entire continents with great power, but to see this Pokemon here, those boulders seem to have been given some sort of signal. To what cause seems to be the mystery here. There's actually something that I must tell you. After observing your current strength as a Pokemon trainer, I'm requesting that you meet me at the ruins of Elf. I'll explain more later. Hope to see you soon. I am gonna do myself a favor here and just level up my guys a little bit, because we're about to get to a part in the game where I'm very pleased to have been able to make something like what you guys are about to witness. Some people already saw it and people were like, holy crap bro, this is peak. I'm just gonna level up my guys to level 70. And to be honest, like, even if you didn't have to use Arcane, as I think you guys would be pretty adequately leveled, especially if you've taken on all the trainers and taken advantage of the Sinnoh Gym Leader house to train up even more. You guys should be fine. But for me, because I was doing a demonstration, I skipped pretty much all of them, or almost a majority of them, and so I wanted to just go through here. Alright, so I'm going to fly. Oh, I can't fly out of here. That's right. I gotta exit. I'm gonna save my game. His sprite in Gen 1 looked like a flaming turkey. Yeah, dude, the Gen 1 sprites were very interesting back in the day. Would have been way more fitting. It would have been difficult to work around the Arceus stuff. But I do see what you mean. But if you're like referring to like a specific area, then that would have to require some like custom maps and whatnot. Alright, we're gonna go to Violet City. We're gonna go through here because Cynthia wants us to meet here in Ruins of Elf. Alright, I am going to switch into you. Happy to see that you've made it here, Biglet. For this next task, I must test your capabilities as a trainer. I do acknowledge your current level as an overall trainer, but I must see you for myself before diving into this next task. I will warn you, this is not going to be an easy battle. This isn't like any other battle you are accustomed to so far, so if you believe that you are ready, then shall we begin? I am the champion of Sinnoh. Time for your test. Prepare yourself. Alright, so Cynthia is gonna test you out. She wants to know what exactly your strength is looking like. She will issue you a battle. We're gonna go in and lead our Salamence and go for Outrage. Alright, we take out the Spiritomb. Here comes the Garchomp. We are gonna go into the Weavile. I think we could potentially be faster. Our Ace is level 75. We are faster, nice. I don't think this will KO. Oh, it did, never mind. Weavile, you are a beast. Keep forgetting that we are expert belt boosted too. Here comes the Lucario, I'm gonna go for Flamethrower. Nice. The Milotic, I'm gonna switch out into Electivire. Okay, nice. Togekiss will stay in. And then I believe you have one more, yep. Comes a Rose Raid. Lodge Bomb did so much. There we go. Exactly right, Desmond. But you passed. I'd like to for you to hold on to this. Ooh. The Azurflu plus Master Ball. We're gonna come back. We're gonna do this really quick. We're gonna deposit a Pokemon. We can deposit this. Oh. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our way to Ruins of Elf. We're going to go after God. Basically, right? Let's pay a Repel. You've made it, perfect. Let's get this started. The item that I handed to you earlier is called the Azurflu. It was found on an excavation mission from my grandmother. She entrusted it to me, and I thought I could one day figure out its use. After much research, I deducted that the following details, which I will share. The mythical Pokemon called Arceus has a strong connection here. Arceus is said to be the All-One, the Pokemon that began everything. The Azelf flute was left behind as a memento to the people it once helped in a time of desperate need. Examine the scriptures on this wall, while also looking at the Azelf flute, and notice how it reacts. There is a distant hidden ruins that only Arceus can take us to. There is a shrine that is located in the central part of it. Play the Azelf flute. I believe with the condition set that we can summon Arceus here. We pulled out the Azelf flute and began to play it. Interesting. The walls, something is emerging. Unknown? A couple of them actually. Do you see the letter pattern on the specific unknown? It's as if it spells out that presence. The unknown. Biglet, here it comes. Get ready. You must face and capture Arceus. That was so sick. Oh, that is so sick. Oh my god. Cooked. Absolutely cooked. Alrighty, and that is the way that we're going to be able to catch Arceus. But it doesn't stop there. You've done it. What a battle. Arceus has accepted your wishes. I wonder if it sees something. There's a building on the far right of the ruins outside of here. Meet me there next. I love that it spells it out. See? You noticed, didn't you? It's so sick. Who dares enter my chambers? Alrighty, make room in your party and then just put Arceus in the front. Ouch. Are you okay? I was in a hurry and... Sorry, did I hurt you? Could it be a Pokemon from Sinnoh? The one they call Arceus? Arceus causing all this? I cannot explain it any other way. Arceus may be the key to solving the mystery of the unknown in the ruins of Azelf? A mystery, you say? I'm terribly sorry I did not see you there. My name's Cynthia, and no need to worry. It seems you do a lot of research here in the ruins? Yes, I do. This will help answer my mystery. Can you come to the ruins of Azelf with me, please? I am trembling with excitement. I've been studying these ruins for many years, but something feels different. The unknown pictures on the wall. It's like they're staring at me. What is this? There's something eerie that is making my legs shiver. Well, well, well. Well, hello, it's so freezing, isn't it? For a youngster like you to be interested in the Sinnoh ruins is not something we see every day. We don't need to be standing here. Why don't you come into the cabin around the corner for some more discussion? Yeah, dude, don't mess with Arceus' chambers, man. He'll kick you out. Alrighty, kind of like similarly how you would access this whole thing with the vanilla Arceus event. Now we do need to make Arceus the only one in our party. You made it. It's rare that we got lost in what took place earlier. How bizarre. The Central Ruins remind me of snow where I come from. Actually, I thought it was because of the snow, how it snows a lot here. But yeah, she runs through her vanilla texts, just like how it was in the vanilla version of the game. She's coming up with her own theories. Dialga, Palkia, and could it be Giratina? Not quite the same. Have you got time? You come to the Sinjar Ruins with me? Trainer's Intuition. This is the mystery stage. Mythical stage built to show respect for Arceus. Magnificent might with music and dance. According to the ancient document, time, space, and antimatter, or what combined we call the world, will be born when Arceus stands on the mystery stage. This is so cool. Can't believe they actually went out their way to do this when this game first released. Shape the world. The circle in the middle is Arceus, the origin of it all. This pattern is what presents Palkia. And this is for Dialga, and that's for Giratina. Shape the world and give you a glimpse of its true power. I'm gonna choose Giratina. I like how it glows too, that's so sick. Alrighty, here it comes. It's like the game freezes. Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, by God. We're gonna scroll through this because it's gonna take a while. Alright, and then we get the egg. And it's gonna go into our bag. Look, the shape of a Pokemon. Alright, we're not gonna give it a nickname. That shining sphere, could it be an egg? We just witnessed the very moment an egg was brought to this world? And it itself is an egg in a sense. Life that comes from an egg will come to an end in due course and begin anew. I guess what Arceus wanted to show us. That was... Wait a second, this doesn't happen in the vanilla version. Is everything okay with Arceus? Look over there. Hey, yo! Is that another Arceus? There's another one? That can't be, that's impossible. Nothing in my research depicted the existence of another. Unless... this is the All-One. The Arceus with us is only a mere part of itself. So earlier in the ruins of Azelf... Oh my god, did this answer your question, Fancy? I wanted to hold off on answering. Palkia and Dialga and Giratina have appeared? But didn't we just witness the birth of the one that you selected earlier? There's more to Arceus than we originally recognized. It seems we are being challenged. We'll need to defeat or capture. Oh my god! Be prepared! Alrighty, yes. Lore, and even more lore. This will allow us to capture all three of the Sinnoh deities. And for those people that are not playing with cheats, you are given the Master Ball so that you can catch them with ease. Because I recognize how difficult of a fight this would be to catch them legitimately. A Nighthawk as a horse and Giratina as the dragon. Oh, that's one way to look at it. That's one down. Here comes the next one. Alright, catching Palkia. Only one left to go. Yo! He does like the Shadow Force thing he threw Arceus to get to you. That is so sick. Nah, dude, this event cooked heavy. We cooked heavy in this event. Here we go. Was that everything? Did we succeed? We seem to be surrounded by that strong power again. Dude. That is so sick. Yeah, then you get sent back. And then she'll give you the orbs for your legendaries. And then she vanishes. But yes, to answer your questions, you do get two of the same ones depending on who you pick. So, Sinnoh galore, dude. That is so fire. Okay. Oh. Emulator visual bug again. I had $1 for every time that happened. Alrighty. I will put these guys here. And that is a box full of legendaries, ladies and gents. And put this guy here too. Okay, I'm going to level up my Pokemon just a bit more. Because now it is time to take on good old Red. We're going to take on Red, and then that will showcase what content unlocks even after you beat Red. I think level 77 should be fine for us. And yes, I know he has level 80s. But that's okay. Level 77 all across. There we go. Alright, where is Brick Break? I need Brick Break again. There we go. Teach that to you. I think we should be fine with the team that we have. And there's the orbs. Alrighty, let's go ahead and make our way to the ultimate trainer known to mankind. Okay, we can definitely use that full restore. Alrighty. Try another repel because there's going to be a lot of wild Pokemon here. Now we gotta go through this little circle donut thingy. I don't know why they made it like this, but they did. I'm gonna go to the second one. And then I think we go to a rock climb here. No, we do not. We take the cave to this cave. And then go up here. I believe it's this one. Yes. There we go, not too bad. I'm gonna start off with the Electivire. Dude, I remember stumbling across this the first time as a kid. And I was like, whoa, who is this? And then this happened and I was like, huh? Champion music? And then he sends out the Pikachu. And then he shows it it's level 88. And I'm like, what? I still remember it clear as day. I had a Ho-Oh. And I somehow got my hands on a level 100 Electivire. But my team wasn't really like too prepared. And I screamed, what? Of course, we are paralyzed. Why wouldn't we be? Okay, Red, we gotta talk, buddy. What was that? Regalade. Over close combat. Does the hail take you out? Nice. And then we'll go into Milotic. Oh, that was a crit. That was huge. His Charizard is like ridiculously strong. Be faster. Perfect. Okay, I was not expecting it to be like an easy fight. What the heck? Salamence, go. We'll get up as much damage as we can. The Blastoise outspeeds my Salamence? That is crazy work. Alright, that's fine. Why do you have to get paralyzed? Dude, you outspeed my Electivire too? Wait, that's actually crazy. Go for close combat. Dude, you barely live. Don't go for a heal item, please. No! Okay, not bad. Come on, Red. The ultimate troll. I can beat you. Okay, now I cannot. This dude is spamming full restores. I'll just max revive these guys, I don't care. I lived on 1 HP, but the keep saying Sandstorm. There we go. What a cheater. That's how he became champion. He kept spamming full restores. Alright, perfect. So we did that. If we just reset the game. Alright, so what happens after you defeat Red? You have 2 more things that unlock for you. Actually, 3 things. No, 2 things. If you get 16 gym badges, you can do the developer fights in Celadon City, where I showcased it earlier. And if you come to Vermillion City, you will see this place. Earlier, an NPC would be standing like right here, blocking your path. But after defeating Red, he'll disappear. What is this place? Welcome to the tournament hall. Would you like to participate? We have 2 formats to pick from. Singles or doubles? I'm gonna do doubles. Before we begin, you must select one of these available trainers to partner up with in a tournament. Who would you like to choose? You can pick from Dawn, Lance, Lucas, or your rival. I'm gonna pick Lance. Please keep the following details in mind. The bracket follows a single elimination, which means if you lose, then your tournament run concludes. Ladies and gentlemen, our next tournament is about to begin. To my left, we got Big and Lance. To my right, we got Red and Blue. The top level Kanto trainers against you two. This is bringing back memories, Lance. Prepared to taste defeat. Memories indeed. Let's make this good. We just beat Red 2. That's so funny. We're running it back. Alrighty, so this is my equivalent of what the PWT is. And, you know, it's like a tournament with all the top trainers. Partially randomized. And, you know, you just do your thing. Just have fun in battle. Gyarados got destroyed. Okay, nice, that killed. I was kind of get worried if it didn't. Stone Edge. I'm going to target the Aerodactyl. It's the most threatening one. There we go. I'm going to go for Gallade. I'm going to go for the... Oh my goodness, I did too much damage. Relax. Nice. Alright, Flare Blitz, that's fine. Alright, Lance, we gotta put up some numbers here, buddy. Okay. You missed! How can you miss? Goodness gracious, I lived both of those? Nice. I'm surprised I'm even alive right now. Let's go for Ice Punch on you. Perfect. Dude, Lance is getting bullied. Ice Punch. Okay. Dynamic Punch. Okay, relax. Chill, chill, chill. Milotic. Oh, I didn't teach my... Oh, I got rid of Hydro Pump on accident? I didn't even notice. Let's go for Surf. No, let's go for Ice Beam. You can use items in this too, by the way. Just in case you need it. Alrighty, give me my full restore. Alakazam? Okay, nice. Decent damage. Okay. Just full restore one more time and go for another Surf. That's Blue's last Pokemon, nice. Perfect. And then it's just a Venusaur, go for Ice Beam. Yeah, that's okay. Go for Ice Beam again. Nice. Whoa, it's these two. Yeah, so this is where it came from. People were like, whoa, I'm heavily skeptical about this game because you're putting these two trainers together in a version game like this? Dude, relax. It's a post-game content type of deal, but they don't know that. But yeah, you can fight both of these people as a team. Pretty cool. You went for the Thunder Wave on my Electivire to speed me up. I appreciate that. We'll just go ahead and quickly storm through everything. I missed! I missed again! Oh my god, his Sandville. No! I missed Ice Punch 3 times. I missed Ice Punch 3 times in a row. She has Porygon Z because it's a reference to BDSP. Wow, Sandville is actually crazy. Can't believe that happened. Okay, I got destroyed right there. Oh my god, bro. Leave my man Lance alone. Yo, it's cooked. No! Alright, Eruption, go! Thank you. Okay, nice. Wait, I speed tie with Flygon? That's funny. There we go. Alright, and we win. So yeah, you can do this tournament as many times as you want. You can do a single battle, you can do a double battle. You'll fight the top trainers. And it's pretty fun side content that you can do. The next thing that's unlocked is if you go to Saffron City. And you go here. All of these guys are battleable. You can rematch them at any point. You can fight them and just rematch them. And you have a Nurse Joy that can heal your team. So yeah, you can pick whatever you want and then fight them all if you want as well. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much post-game. Post-game is pretty stacked. We have a lot of content to showcase and to play through. So that was pretty much it. I have not caught Raikou or Entei. I don't plan on it. But I'll just go over here and just save the game. And hit what you can't see, sucker. Exactly. The Garchomp was sitting there trolling me, dude. Alrighty, guys. Well, we did it. That was post-game. That was everything that you can do. The legendaries, the quests, the gym fights, the other content, red, everything. So that's definitive HeartGold. This is the second stream, and this will be the one that concludes it all. I'll make a playlist, and then it'll be like a command in the Discord for people to reference if they need to watch the streams to see how to do certain things. So pretty much it. Oh boy, I am pooped. It wasn't as long as I thought. I thought we were gonna sit here much longer. Up to 24 different gym leaders to fight. Yeah. You also have the Sinnoh gym leaders as well in Lavender City. After you've beaten all the gym leaders in Johto and Kanto. So that's pretty lit. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna pause this. And let's go right here. There we go. Alrighty. That is going to conclude for the stream, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate all of you. Alright. Hopefully you guys found this useful. And thanks for sticking with me. Thank you, my guy. God bless you for your hard work and an incredible game. Appreciate you for sticking around, Desmond. And I appreciate the kind words. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to go ahead and head on out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I will catch you guys in the next one. Follow me on Twitch. I do stream other games outside of Pokemon and all that over there. In case you guys enjoy the streams. And join the Discord if you haven't. Just a pretty cool place to chill out in. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.